Kool TV proudly presents Kentucky High School Football as the Kool Hit Sports Network brings you coverage of the West Carter Comets live from Olive Hill, Kentucky. Now let's head to the field for Countdown to Kickoff and West Carter Football live on Kool TV.
Welcome to rainy and dreary downtown Moorhead, Kentucky on the campus of Moorhead State University for this year's Battle of the Barrel, East versus West Carter. A lot built up in this game, and it means more now that these teams are entering their second year of district play. East Carter out on the field over to our right, warming up. West Carter already concluded their pregame festivities. They're back in the locker room. Jeff Irwin to my left. This is Spencer Hutchinson. Jeff, there for a while, man, I was wondering if we were going to play this game.
I know it's been it's been a crazy last couple days. I left out yesterday. Of course, Carter County was on the NTI day, and typically the county's got a policy in place. If there's no school that day for sickness or weather, there's no after-school activities. And so, understandably, they moved it to Saturday, originally at 5 o'clock.
Right.
And then, well, of course, about 11 yesterday, the power went out in Carter County, and it did not come back, or at least in Olive Hill. We'll put it that way. I was driving around last night, pitch black throughout town.
Do you have power right now?
The downtown area does.
You don't?
I don't. I personally don't have electricity. I know the announcers here earlier today, because MSU played on this field a little bit earlier today, and both the announcers said they didn't have electricity at their house either. So.
Well, I just got a text that said mine just came back on. So, you know, that if you don't have power and you're watching us, we are so grateful, and prayers go out to everybody that was affected yesterday by the weather. Man, it was a really ugly day, probably the worst 12-hour stretch of weather I've ever seen, Jeff. You talk about 60, 70-mile-an-hour gusts and consistent 30 to 40-mile-an-hour winds there for about 5 or 6 hours, it felt like. I mean, it was really, really bad, and I don't think anybody was really ready for what's going to hit us. So let's look at the blueprint for tonight's matchup, as West Carter will be the home team. This game was originally scheduled for Olive Hill. Man, you want to talk about a mud bowl, that would have been. East leads the all-time series 32-21. This will be the 54th matchup between the two Carter County schools, but the only one that wasn't played in Carter County. For those of you who don't know or not from around this area, Moorhead is actually in Rowan County. I know that sounds, well, everybody knows that. Some people don't, so we got to talk like, we're introducing this for the first time, as there's fog at the very tips of the hills here in downtown Moorhead. East Carter continues to warm up over here to our right. West Carter probably about to take the field momentarily. We'll take a break. We'll be back on Kool TV.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family, because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations, or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Discover the convenience of Clark's Pump and Shop, your go-to local pit stop. Clark's proudly serves your neighborhood with new locations popping up just around the corner. Swing by today and indulge in a selection of your favorite snacks and drinks. We're committed to elevate your on-the-go taste experience. Clark's Pump and Shop is your premier destination for all things convenience and satisfaction. Stop by today at a Clark's Pump and Shop near you. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Back out here on Kool TV as Wes Carter makes their way out of the locker room over here to our far left. East Carter continues to warm up over here to our right. We caught up with both coaches prior to tonight's matchups. Let's talk to Daniel Barker.
Here with head coach of the West Carter Comets, Daniel Barker. And, Coach, there for a while, it didn't seem like we was going to get this game played.
Yeah, I never seen anything like it. You can't help Mother Nature. There's been a couple other years. This game's had weird weather things that have gone on. This is the weirdest. And, as soon as we pulled out, the school got power. But, we still have, there's still boys in our teams who don't have power in their homes. And really we don't know when they'll get theirs back on.
East Carter, your arch rival, kind of presents a different challenge. You've rolled your last two opponents, kind of cruised to victory. How do you keep your players focused as you enter district play?
They know our goals are based on district play and the playoffs and getting ready for the playoffs. So, while the last two games, there's plenty to feel good about, the work still has to be done. Right. This is the important part of the season right now. So, our guys are focused on that. It helps that you start off with a rival. We're proud of our guys. They really hung in. We've had kind of a crazy start to our season, but they never hung their heads or anything like that or gave us a bad attitude or bad effort. So hoping they're going to play really well.
For West Carter to bring the barrel back to Olive Hill, the Comets will need to
kind of our keys the last 2 weeks, after we talked. Tackling has to be solid. You're not going to win very many football games if you don't tackle well. And then offensively, we've got to take care of the ball. Whenever we're not turning it over, we're really explosive and can score a lot of points. And early on in the season, we had a game with 3 turnovers and then a game with 4. You're not beating anybody with that. So take care of the ball and tackle.
Coach Daniel Barker of the West Carter Comets. Thanks, Coach, and we will talk to you after tonight's contest.
Thanks. Go Comets.
Shortly after catching up with Coach Daniel Barker of West Carter, we caught up with the head coach of the East Carter Raiders, Tim Champlin.
Here with Coach Tim Champlin of the East Carter Raiders. Coach, there for a while. I didn't know if we was going to play this game.
It feels like we've been waiting forever to get this one played, but we're on the field. We're warming up. Weather looks like it's going to be good, and we're excited to play.
You come off a bye week, a tough loss to Graham County, and, man, they were really rolling at the time you guys played them. Kind of played them at the wrong time of the year. What's different coming out of the bye week for your Raiders team?
I think we played Boyd County and Graham County back-to-back, both two really, really good football teams. I think they're top in the area this year. And so they kind of exposed us, showed us some weaknesses on our team, and then gave us a bye week to get better, to learn from those and to fix some of those issues and try to take care of ourselves before we get into district play and start working on that.
For our Raiders to keep the barrel in Grayson, they'll need to.
I think there's a couple keys to victory. I think first one is adversity. Who can handle the adversity the best? I think explosive plays. I think special teams are going to be a major factor. And the last one, I think, is going to be the turnover margin. Those 4 things right there, I think whoever can win those is going to be able to win the game, and hopefully that's us.
Coach Tim Champlin, East Carter Raiders. Coach, we will talk to you regardless after the game.
Hey, thank you all and appreciate it, and as always, go Raiders.
Back out here on Kool TV as the crowd begins to file in across the way, and right here below us, we expect a pretty good crowd, as there always is for an East-West Carter matchup. It means more, Jeff, with it being a district game. And if you're West Carter, you don't want to get caught looking ahead with Russell. You're going on the road next week. You're going to play Russell. East Carter has Bath County next week in a game, you would think that they would handle pretty easily. So I'll tell you what, we'll take it to the break. When we come back, we'll look at the keys for tonight's matchup here on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting healthcare for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Check out Dyer's Big Sandy in Grayson for great prices on home appliances like washers and dryers, ranges and dishwashers. See our giant selection of living room suites, bedroom suites, recliners, mattresses, and electronics, including TVs and speakers. Visit our showroom at 506 Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson. You'll find the best prices and the best selection for every room of your home. And Dyer's has all the top brands in bedding: Tempur-Pedic, Purple, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Beauty Rest. Dyer's Big Sandy, 506 Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson.
Back out here on Kool TV. We're on the campus of Morehead State University, downtown Morehead, Kentucky, on a Saturday night. Prime time as we're trying to get you some other scores from around the area. While I do that, Jeff, let's look at the keys for both of these teams. West Carter comes in with a record of 2-2 on the year. They've really looked good the last two games they played. And I think that's a quality, Jeff, of them being healthy.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those situations that, early on in the season, everybody, you're bound to get some hurt, players and everything else through that way. But coming in full strength, we're going to see a great game out here tonight.
Johnson Central currently leads Boyd County 36-7. So there's quite a few games going on across the Commonwealth. A lot of these games, especially in Eastern Kentucky, were moved to Saturday. I believe there was only 2 local schools in action last night, which was Raceland, who'd made the trip to Newport Central Catholic, and, of course, Ashland went to Greenup and thumped them. So kind of got the prime time window here, Jeff, is when I first heard, I had a mumble in the ear, and I believe it was you, who texted me and said, hey, don't be surprised if this game's at Morehead. And I was like, well, as long as they got it, they could have internet down on Tigers Creek, and we'd go down there and stream it.
Oh, absolutely.
So West Carter down here on the left warming up. East Carter still has yet to go back to the locker room down here to our right. Looking at some of the keys, Jeff, I think for West Carter, you can't get caught up in the moment. I think that you got to limit your silly mistakes. What I mean silly mistakes is don't get caught hitting a player late out of bounds. Right. I'm not saying they have a history of it, but I'm saying in this game there's a history of it.
Well, there's opportunity for everybody to get a little bit chippy.
Yeah, and the same goes for East Carter. I'm not saying West has a history of it, but this game has a history of it. We saw it last year. One of the best players for West Carter got thrown out because he threw a punch over on their sideline. So I think that's a big factor. I go back to what Tim Champlin said, special teams, huge.
Yep.
And if you look at the special teams, you got to lean a little towards the comments because, man, they've got a weapon in their kicker.
Oh, absolutely, and he's probably about one of the best kickers around the
He
region,
is, absolutely,
right
man.
now.
He is an absolute weapon for Daniel Barker to use. And now on the other side, for East Carter, the team that I cover 100% of the time, there isn't a person in the world that probably knows East Carter better than I do. East Carter's going to have to establish the line of scrimmage. They didn't really do a good job of that in their 2 losses, especially against Boyd County and then against Greenup County. They're going to have to establish the line of scrimmage. I think throwing the ball will be a factor tonight, but I think if East Carter and Coach Tim Champlin's able to get 3 or 4 yards of carry, Jeff, on the average, they're going to run the ball until West stops them.
Absolutely. If you take a look at the stats that's on the screen right now, West so far this year has been a passing team.
Well,
they've
got
an air raid. Yeah,
man.
They do have Dean, in the backfield. He's a big weapon that they have back there. But you take a look at the stats. West Carter 937 yards passing on the season so far. Had record-breaking week last week. Where several comments.
66 points.
Yeah, they really piled it on there. East Carter not so much on the passing, but yet they got Yoke. that's out there, and that's been doing great. So we can see that West Carter has picked up 689 yards rushing so far in the season. East Carter 867 yards. The average points, like I said, West Carter has been blowing it out the last 2 games. They have been putting up huge numbers on the board, and that's where we see they're averaging out 37 points per game. East Carter been taking care of business, but kind of struggled the last couple of games, only scoring 25 points. West Carter's been giving up right at 25 points. So that if that holds still, that may be what we're looking at tonight. East Carter giving up 27 points so far here on the season. And then, of course, as we take a look just real quick at your quarterbacks, Hayden Hall had a record-breaking week last week.
He's very good. Both these quarterbacks are really good.
Oh, they are. Hall's just been putting up the numbers here the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
922 yards on the season, 42 of 71 on the completions, 10 touchdowns so far. He has given up 3 interceptions. Quentin Johnson done pretty good. He's right at 50% on his passing.
Right.
254 yards altogether, 2 touchdowns. Hasn't given up a pick yet, and so that's going to be a big factor that's on there as well that we're going to have to see.
Jeff, I've kind of forgot what I was going to talk about. Okay. For my football guys that are watching, and Jeff, you may know a little bit about this, East Carter usually sits in a base cover 3. Well, how do you beat cover 3? Well, you could run on it pretty well if you've got, push up front, or you throw the seams. The seams puts the slot receivers one-on-one, essentially, with the linebacker with one high safety. So if you're able to hit the seams, which we saw Graham County have a lot of success against East Carter, a couple of those plays, the ball fell down incomplete.
Right.
But maybe a poor throw or something. And I think ball control for both teams. The field's wet. I was down the field earlier, and, of course, there was a game earlier as Morehead State defeated Valparaiso. I'm not sure what the score was in that game, but I think ball control.
I think it was 17-5, if I'm not mistaken.
17-5.
I'll look on that. East Carter, MSU gave up a safety
apparently
right off the bat. It was knocked out of bounds.
Okay. Well, look for the seams. West Carter's going to attack that. You think about the weaknesses for East Carter, the edges for sure. If you're able to get around the edge, East Carter struggles with open field tackling. Now, a little bit of weaknesses for West Carter is this is not a tremendously great defensive team. This is a team that they're going to they're a run and gun. They're an old school Big 12 team. They don't care if the game's 75-50. They won.
Right.
It's, you hate to say they're going to try to outscore you, but it's in a different way. They don't care if they get the ball 10 times. They feel like they're going to score 10 touchdowns, and the last two games they have. So I think defensive stops means a lot. If I'm a coach of either one of these teams, I'm not punting tonight unless I have to. Unless I'm inside my 20, I'm not punting. I'm not risking my snapper snapping over the guy's head. I'm not risking a punt that goes 6 or 7 yards. I'll take my risk with my offense out there trying to pick up a first down. I think that's my best bet with the way the field is, the way the ball is going to be. I just feel like that's what I would do. A lot of people would disagree with that, but I just wouldn't. So how much time's on the clock over here?
We got 19 minutes left as East Carter now heading back into the locker room. If you've never been at the facilities over here, it's kind of interesting. Both locker rooms are on the same side of the field, but the visitor locker room is underneath the bleachers.
Really?
Yeah, so if you go underneath there, you can see.
Kind of like old school Putnam Stadium.
Yeah.
Not on the same side, but the locker rooms were underneath the bleachers.
Yeah, and that's exactly where the visitor locker room is at, underneath that set of bleachers over there. To the left over here, you've got the field house, for the Eagles. That's out there, and like I said, they did win. It was 17-5 today against Valparaiso.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll look at some of the stars of tonight's games and the guys that you'll really have to look forward or look at as both these teams are getting ready to play the 54th edition of the Battle of the Barrel. And you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. I wanted to go to commercial, but we'll go ahead and do it because I don't know how much time we're going to have coming back because we want to show the complete pregame festivities. So for West Carter, I think your offense all relies on, and I know their quarterback throws the ball well, the receivers catch the ball well, but having Dean in the backfield changes the way you have to look at this Comet offense. If it was just an average running back there, you would say, you know what, we're going to play pass defense, and we'll let you run the ball. You can't do that with Dean. That's a guy that'll go 80 yards in a quick hurry.
Well, he's got 10 touchdowns already here on the season. You can take a look between him and Landon Yoke on your screen right now. Dean's run it for 74 attempts, 602 yards, 10 touchdowns on the season. Yoke, been a big factor for East Carter as well.
Yep, exactly where I was going to. Landon Yoke, he's kind of been the workhorse for the Raiders, and those stats are kind of skewed. Had a couple of the big runs that he had called back in the matchup against Greenup and Boyd County. He's not a guy that's going to outrun you. He's a guy that's going to run over top of you.
Right.
He's hard to tackle in open field. He's got a very good stiff arm. A guy that was very big in East Carter's late postseason run that they had a year ago. This is just a kid that he could be hurting you to never know. Very tough, and I feel like the same could be said for Dean. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll bring it down to the field for the pregame festivities here on Kool TV.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Hand stretch, mouth watering, get that ooey gooey cheese. 8 extra large slices, hold it and fold it. It's an extra large, bigger is better, more for your money New York style pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Papa John's.
Not only is State Senator Robin Webb proud to support and congratulate our youth in all their endeavors in and out of the classroom, but your State Senator Robin Webb is also proud to support and work for all the adults in her district. Robin Webb strives to put forth the best for youth and adults alike. Whether it's in Frankfort or here at home in her district, know that Robin Webb puts you first in all of her decisions she makes. State Senator Robin Webb strives harder every day to make Kentucky a better place to work, live, and have fun.
Miller Insurance Agency began serving the insurance needs of Northeast Kentucky in 1967. Since then, the agency has prospered by providing valuable insurance protection to our community. As your independent insurance agent, we're not tied to one company. Rather, we compare different carriers, finding the best price. Call or stop by today to compare your coverages. Remember, your independent agent serves you first. Find us online at millerins.net or stop by Miller Insurance, 210 South Carroll Mall Boulevard in Grayson.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
Welcome back here on Kool TV as the pregame festivities have begun. I don't believe either band made the trip, man. There's a huge crowd below us that's made the short drive from Olive Hill, Jeff, and I'll tell you how I made the drive. Got on 64 there at the Industrial Parkway and got all the way to the Olive Hill exit, the first one. And 64 was so flooded that I was sliding all over the road, man. And I was just like, I can't. I mean, it'd be safer if I just got on Route 60 there in Olive Hill and drove the rest of the way, which is not a long trip. And that's what I did. So, and we had plenty of time left over.
Yeah, and also I want to mention, just on a more sadder note on here, longtime West Carter football fan, been at several home games and everything else. Johnny McDowell of Olive Hill had plans on bringing his granddaughter here today. Has not missed an East-West football game in several years, many years. Unfortunately passed away yesterday. Had plans on being here tonight, but unfortunately passed away yesterday. So we want to send some thoughts and prayers out to his family and the Olive Hill community as well.
Absolutely, and people like him is what makes this rivalry as special as it is. As both teams have made their way off the field, still about 10 minutes. Well, 12 minutes left here in the pregame, Jeff, and you go back and look at yesterday. By the way, I had a moment today during the Kentucky game. This is exactly why, and I've showed the video to a couple people. You do not want to watch UK football games with me. I was over the top. I could not believe that we went to Ole Miss and won. I was ecstatic. I'm still pumped up about it. I haven't really had time to absorb it because as soon as the game was over, it felt like we had to come here. So I'm still ecstatic about it, man. I couldn't believe it. So that and there was 2 high school games yesterday. As they're now announcing that.
It was Johnny McDowell.
Johnny McDowell. So yesterday, Racel made the trip to Newport Central Catholic, a 29-7 win for the Rams, and Ashland played down at Graham County a 51-12 final. That was surprising a little bit, especially if you're an East Carter Raider fan, because we watched Graham County kind of pick apart the Raider defense and the way Tyson Sanders, man, he's a tough kid. Played on a very ugly field, and Ashland just very good. Just call it what it is. Ashland's very good. And that was a lot of the games that moved to today. Russell was a 38-0 winner over Fleming County. Morgan County got crushed over at Tug Valley, right across the river. A couple other games. Johnson Central all over Boyd County right now, 42-14. Pikeville defeated George Rogers Clark, 28-7. That's important. Hazard and Corbin played a really close game there for a while. I believe Bath and Lewis played at some point today, but I don't have a score for that one. I need to get on this.
Not yet. I think, they were set for 2 p.m., but taking a look, they have not reported in a score to the KHSAA just yet.
Not yet. Leslie County, a 26-20 winner over Paintsville. I'm still looking for Belfry Magoffin County. I expect that one to be really, really ugly. Big Belfry win as the crowd continues to file in, man, Jeff. This is a really big crowd right here below us. Maybe it just seems bigger below us, but East Carter's got quite a few fans across the way. I think it's this stadium's pretty big, man, as far as seating because of the way that it is. It's all bleachers.
Yeah, and of course, bringing in Mother Nature into this as well. There's a lot of people without electricity right now.
Yeah,
nothing beats coming over here.
That's terrible.
Getting a hot meal at some place like Buffalo Wild Wings.
Absolutely, Jeff. That's a very good point.
Trace Hermano, hitting Trace Hermanos either on the way, coming or going on there. And then, watching some great football here.
Yeah, I was without power last night. Somebody sent me a text, I believe it was my grandmother, said she lives on the next street over, said that power has been restored, which is great. But I just lit a Yankee candle and went to sleep. I slept pretty good. I hate in the sun. You can kind of deal with the power going out in the winter. You turn on the kerosene heater, you get the propane, whatever. You can kind of deal with it. When it's power goes out in the summertime, you're kind of in trouble a little bit, especially in the warmer days because the house gets humid. It's uncomfortable. It's air you can wear. It's just, I don't know. If I had to choose, I would rather have the power out in the wintertime, Jeff.
Oh, me too. Especially if there's ice and everything else. There's been many times I've went outside, broke ice off the cars and everything else, and threw it in the fridge.
Yeah.
That was when the generator was not operational at that time period, but actually got a nice generator right now. Keeping the food good and everything else, helping out the neighbors as well, storing some of their stuff. I mean, you got to take care of each other during this time period.
Absolutely, and I know it's awful to not have power. Either way, we appreciate you joining us here tonight on the campus of Morehead State University in downtown Morehead, Kentucky, a place that we've spent a lot of time here, Jeff. So
this is where I went to school at. Seen a couple of football games from around here and spent a lot of time next door in the AAC, the LST Johnson Arena.
So it looks like East Carter is going to make their way onto the field with tonight's captains. West Carter will do the same. Let's look at tonight's officiating crew. I'll just try to name the ones that I know. Brought to you by Tri-State Ophthalmology, the area's leading ophthalmology in the area. That is Tri-State Ophthalmology. Jeff?
Yeah, taking a look right here. We'll see who we have out here. And,
It is-
and not to forget as well, this is the Joker broadcast booth.
Yeah,
as
we're
well.
at the Joker broadcast booth. I believe that is Lane Hughes, Davey Fields, Justin Royster, and I can't really see who's across the way.
I think I've seen PD. Or not, is that
PD.
Royster down there?
Yeah, that's Royster. No, that we got. So
trying to get as many names as what we have, especially with the way that the weather's been and everything else. These officiating crews, they were ready to go last night, and then most of them couldn't go, and then games rotated around because there's even a game on Monday being played around in the area. Taking a look at our local teams that we have. Of course, we've got this game getting ready to kick off. We got Lawrence and Estill County set for 7:30, so they should be underway. Lewis and Bath County should be finished up on there unless they delayed. But Fairview and Powell County, they're going Monday at 7:30.
And I thought, and I talked to both of these coaches. We talked quite a bit, especially me and Coach Tim Champlin, and I thought that, I raised that idea. I was like, you know what? Because I really wanted to play this game in Olive Hill. That's where I wanted to play. I think it brings a different element to the game when you play in mud. I know it destroys fields. Coach Tim Champlin would be all right if they played at his field. But it just, I don't know. I thought it would be better to play it at either east or west, or, I'm not saying I don't want it played here, but it just feels different when it feels like a barrel game when it's at east or west, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and it's one of those situations that, as Coach Barker mentioned in the pregame, West Carter High School getting power back right when they were pulling out, but doesn't necessarily mean that the football stadium had electricity just yet on there. So, especially firing up the lights and everything else, there's a lot, and we want to be safe for the linemen and everything else out there, and we want to send our appreciation out to them as well, working hard, first responders.
And that's why, it was a tough situation, because I don't think that anybody really, nobody did, anticipated how bad it was going to be in North Carolina and Virginia and Tennessee and Kentucky, especially. So you sent a lot of those. Thank you, sir. You sent a lot of those linemen to Florida, which that's great, but what about our power? Right. Still got a lot of people that don't have power.
Well, it looks like East Carter won the toss, and they elected to receive.
That's uncommon for Coach Tim Champlin. So the Raiders will get the ball first. Comets will kick this one off, and they've got that weapon. Anytime you've got that kicker, man, it changes the way that you have to look at West Carter. I think the magic number for West is the 30-yard line.
Yeah, because
I know he can kick further, but in this, you really, and it doesn't look like it on your screen. This feels extremely slick right now.
Well, it looks green and beautiful because it's turf.
Exactly. That field is not what it looks like. It's very slick. There's different elements, the tires coming up. So on a dry field, probably over 50.
Right.
But I think to feel comfortable between the 25 and 30 for West Carter is your magic number. East Carter ain't going to line up and kick field goals. They're going to go for it. They don't have that weapon that they've had in the past. They're just going to go for it. So it's just one of those things. As we wait for the entrance for both these teams, over to our left is the Comets of West Carter. Over to our right is the East Carter Raiders. Captains have made their way back to their teams. As Jeff, we get closer to the beginning of the 54th annual Battle of the Barrel. This used to be, I would say more of the matchups between these two schools were out-of-district matchups.
Absolutely.
And here comes the Raiders. And here comes the Comets. It's interesting because West Carter comes to this game in. They got a lot of momentum. They played extremely well the last two games. And East Carter, last time we saw them, they were getting their head kicked in by Greenup County. So, well, let me rephrase that. They were beating themselves, and Greenup County was playing very good.
Right. Yeah, it was one of those situations, and there were several plays, that could have changed the outcome of that game. But like I said, coulda, woulda, shoulda. And that's one of the things the Comets got rolling for them here today is that, they're going to be coming in on a 2-game win streak. East Carter coming in on a 2-game losing streak. And we're going to see who's going to either continue, whether they're going to continue it or whether they're going to change it out and flip-flop places on who's going to be the winner
And
here
usually
today.
I get a vibe from the teams, and I've been around this business long enough. I've talked to probably 150 coaches, and I can tell just by the way that they act in the pregame how they expect this game to go. One of the today's, I really couldn't tell, man, because, it just seemed like both those guys were laser focused. I think we're in for a good one, Jeff.
Yeah, I know even West Carter last night was on the football field. Had Olivehill PD come out. They didn't have any phone call or any calls at the time. Brought their fire trucks out there and lit up the field for them.
That's what small towns do in Eastern Kentucky. That's what makes us different and better.
Give you a final score now. Johnson Central 42, Boyd County 14.
And that's not surprising. That's not surprising. Boyd County still has a really good team. Johnson Central is dangerous, boys. I'm just calling it what it is. I don't think that they. You know what? I better just not. I better not put my foot in my mouth. I was about to say I think that they'll beat Ashland. Of course, when I say that, Ashland will beat them, and everybody will say, "See, you don't know nothing." Well, if I said that the last 15 years, I'd have been 15 for 15.
Right.
We'll just say that should be a good game. How about that?
Absolutely.
Well,
team's getting their final instructions now.
Winner of this game will go to 3-2, 1-0 in district. And you got to think, man, if you're West or East Carter, a win here tonight could derail or
really pump up.
Oh, man.
Well, it's going to pump up there's either team who wins today.
Let's just call it what it is. If West Carter wins tonight, they go to Russell feeling pretty good. If East Carter wins tonight, they cruise for a couple weeks. Then they got Russell back the last regular season game at home. I'm just calling it what it is. I love my people in Lewis County. I love my people in Bath County. They are not beating East or West Carter. It's just not going to happen. I mean, just call it what it is.
Well, let's give it up now here for our time and temperature here for the pregame as we're getting ready to set off. It is now 8 o'clock right on the nose, and we'll have the battle of the Apple versus the Samsung here. Samsung's got it at 66 degrees.
Okay. Well, the Apple has it at 66 also.
Oh, there we go. So, the stars are lining up here tonight. And that's brought to you by Big Sandy Superstores of the Tri-State.
Humidity 98%, wind just 2 miles an hour. Dew point very high, though, Jeff. 71%.
You can feel it out here.
Man, it's air you can wear. But, like I was telling Jeff earlier, it poured on the way here. I mean, absolutely poured. And where it's rained, we probably got 3 or 4 inches of rain yesterday. There's nowhere for the water to go. It just sits and ponds on the roadways and stuff. So it's, I'm a fast driver. Jeff will tell you I drive pretty fast. I was going about 45 miles an hour, all the way down to 25 miles an hour on old Route 60.
Yep. Can't blame you there. And now getting ready for the kickoff here, brought to you by the Ashland YMCA.
Yep, YMCA had power problems yesterday, but I'm telling you right now, I've been to other YMCAs across the country. Ain't nothing compared to that Ashland one. The Ashland's the best one. It ain't close. It's just not. It's ran very well. It's very organized. So East Carter will get the ball first to begin this 54th matchup between East and West Carter. East Carter leads the all-time series 32-21. Ball is teed up. Back deep to receive for the Raiders, and this is going to be a pooch kick. Fair catch called for, and it will be received at the Raiders' 38-yard line. That's where Quentin Johnson and Landon Yoke will start their first drive of the night.
Well, actually, I was watching some of the, seeing on Facebook a few of the fans and everything else put out there where the West Carter kicker, got an onside kickoff the other day, it wasn't the other day, but it was, I think it was last season. And was kind of reliving old memories with that one with our stream that we had.
Right. So Johnson's going to start this one out in a gun. He's got doubles over to his right. And Yoke lined up in the backfield. It's a quarterback designed run all the way over to the left. Johnson breaks a tackle, runs over a Comet, goes across the 40 to about the 44-yard line. Good first play for East Carter, a gain of 5.
Like I said, it's going to be a battle of the running backs here tonight.
We haven't seen East Carter run that play all year long. A quarterback design run with Johnson, maybe something that, Tim Champlin and his staff been working on in the whole bye week. Johnson's in the gun. He's got Yoke in the backfield.
And you're going to hold a few things out for district play.
Wide receiver to his left and his right. Drops the throw, a little hitch round. Over to the left, it's caught by Wall. He gets the first down into Comet territory down to the 44-yard line. I believe that was Mr. Preston Wall. Let's see.
And that first down.
We're so far away.
Yeah, first down brought to you by Papa John's Pizza. Locally owned, globally known.
Yeah.
Papa John's Pizza. And don't forget, I think, the first Monday of every
it's Customer Appreciation Day.
Customer Appreciation. Make sure that you come see them out there. Try to get the live read for that here.
Yeah, that was Mr. Preston Wall, number 28. Johnson's in the gun. Yoke lined up to his left with 2 wideouts to his left on his first down and 10 play of East Carter's first drive of the night. Johnson calls for the ball. Handoff goes to Yoke. Off the right side, spins. And good tackling there by Wes Carter, but not after. Yoke gets 3 or 4. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. Actually make it 2nd and 7, a very long 6. East Carter were operating with a very short field as Daniel Barker kind of made a statement without saying anything, the opening kickoff. We are not kicking it to Ryland foul.
Right.
Johnson's in the gun. Receiver to his left and his right. In the backfield, Mr. Yoke. Drops the throw. He's in trouble. Throws across the middle. It's caught for a 1st and 10 down inside the Comet 35 to the 33-yard line. I believe that was Garrett Blue.
And that first down is another East Carter first down brought to you by Papa John's Pizza of Grayson, where the first Monday of the month is Customer Appreciation Day. Get a large pepperoni pizza or cheese pizza for only $6.99 all day long with no limit. Plus, they're ready to go between 4 and 7 p.m. Carry out only and no online orders with that. That's Papa John's Pizza in Grayson, Kentucky.
1st and 10 Raiders. They have it at the Comet 33-yard line. Twin wideouts to Johnson's left. It's a handoff goes to Blue straight up the middle. It's kind of a counter there. He's going to get 3 or 4. East Carter's winning the line of scrimmage early, Jeff.
Well, that's what you need to do is you just need to keep on running the ball. Picking up those 3 or 4 yards, getting first downs, just being consistent right now. Has 3 minutes just about off the clock right now.
Yeah, 9 minutes exactly left in this first quarter. Johnson's going to be in the gun on this 2nd and 7. Receiver to his left and his right. Landon Yoke in the backfield with him. More Comets have kind of come up in that box. Handoff goes to Yoke, puts his foot in the ground, breaks a tackle, and he's loose inside the Comet 20. Breaking tackles, running over Comets inside the 15-yard line to the 13. You cannot arm tackle Landon Yoke, Jeff.
No, and that's another Papa John's first down. Don't forget about their customer appreciation on the first Monday of every month.
And, of course, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Kurt Robinson State Farm Insurance. All your insurance needs, see Kurt Robinson State Farm Insurance. By Pure Point Auto and Greenup, from oil changes to multi-point inspections to full engine swaps. Pure Point Auto can do it all. They also mount and balance tires and cut program keys. Pure Point Auto, 2109 Ashland Road in Greenup.
Gets that one within the 10.
So handoff went to Yoke straight up the middle, and he gets another. He is gashing this Comet defense here early. East Carter on the first drive of the night, knocking on the door. They've got it inside the Comet 10 to the 8. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
They'll still have an opportunity for a first down inside of the 5.
Right. Johnson's in the gun. Landon Yoke to his left. Handoff goes to Yoke. Puts his foot in the ground. Lowers his shoulder. Gets inside the 5. He's going to be really close to that first down marker, Jeff. If they mark it where the foot is, it looks like he's just going to be a little bit short. Maybe a half yard or a yard short. They'll bring up 3rd and 1. Of course, all East Carter Red Zone attempts are brought to you by Brent Roark Insurance. For all your insurance needs, see Brent Roark Insurance. 3rd and 1 for the Raiders. Johnson's got a receiver to his left and his right with Landon Yoke in the backfield. Handoff goes straight up the middle. Yoke hit in the backfield. changes direction. He's got the first down at least, all the way down to the Comet 1. They had him in the backfield there. Just couldn't wrap him up, and he kind of changes directions and gets that 1st and goal. Ball is in between the 1 and 2 of West Carter.
So they got 4 attempts here to get it. What do you say? Like 3 feet 6 inches?
Yeah, well, me and Jeff, we're up here in the press box. We are seriously probably 80 yards from the play. I'd say.
But you got a great view there on our screen.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys see it better than we do. Johnson's in the gun. Handoff goes to Yoke straight up the middle, lowers his shoulder, and goes in. Touchdown, East Carter. He was in the end zone.
They're going to mark him down.
What? Let's see that on our Grayson. Okay, I thought we had a Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay.
Just about did, but they're going to say 2nd down.
My goodness, I'm 80 yards from the play. He was in the end zone. Either way, it'll be 2nd and goal. I thought he scored, Jeff. Did it look like
it looked like he was in there.
It looked like maybe he just stopped short of the goal line. I don't know. 2nd and goal. Handoff goes straight up the middle, diving. He's in. There's still no signal. They're going to mark him short again.
Now we can take a look at that one here on the Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay.
We can't see. Jeff, I need glasses, really. Seriously, I do. Let's see if he gets in here. Well, you can't tell from here anyways. You need a vertical view. You just can't tell, really. I think the ball was short there, Jeff, honestly. I don't think he made it on that play. I think he made the play before that, though. 3rd and goal. I'd run the same play again.
Well, they still got 2 attempts now to get it less than 6 inches.
Yep. And we're going to get a false start over here on East Carter. They're going to back him up. Yep.
Oh, offsides. So
I don't know why they blowed it dead then.
Unless they touch somebody.
Yeah.
So that's going to move it from about the 2-inch line to the 1-inch line.
Yeah, probably the least amount of yardage covered on a flag in barrel history. I tell you what, if West Carter stops him right here, man, that would be huge. Johnson's in the gun, Yoke in the backfield with him. Handoff goes to Yoke straight up the middle, and he's in this time. Touchdown, East Carter.
There's the official signal there. We'll take a look at that here on the Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay, and it's just a bang, bang, get him in there and push him out of the way.
Yeah, and we're not used to being this far away from the field. I should have brought my binoculars. I'm not kidding. That would have helped me out a whole lot. As our sports director, James Collier, texted me. He said, I don't think he got in either time. So maybe he didn't, because people watching have a better view than what I do. And plus, I can't see it all.
So East Carter going for the extra point here.
Yep. Snap is down. Kick is away. It's off to the left, and it's no good. 6-0. East Carter leads over West Carter. 5:10 left in this first quarter. We'll be back on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
East Carter takes the opening kickoff and goes 68 yards in 10 plays. Extra point is no good. It's 6-0. East Carter.
Back here at the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth.
Kickoff is a swimmer right down the middle of the field, and it's bobbled momentarily and fielded by a Comet right at the 20-yard line, reversing field and ran down from behind. As I had somebody message me just now on Facebook said he was in on the first time by over a yard, and that was somebody from Russell. So 1st and 10, West Carter. They'll start on their 26 or 27 yard line. I believe it's at the 27.
Well, they still got the clock rolling down here.
Yeah, they need to fix that. They need to go back.
I had it stopped at 5:04, but
well, they're supposed to keep it on the field anyways.
Yeah, they're going to have to do that because
they need to add more time back to it.
Yeah, the clock ran at least 30 seconds.
That's what I think, too. I can't see the scoreboard over to my right. I've really got to lean up here and look at it.
Yeah, the scoreboard says 4:39 on the clock.
So he'll go over and talk to the head coach, who will relay the message over to the scoreboard keeper. So let's see, 5:02. That's what they're going to put on the clock, 5:02.
Well, I was close. I had 5:04, so
that's pretty close.
Yeah, but close is only good in hand grenades and horseshoes.
Yeah. So get the clock situated. 5:02 goes up on the clock here in this first quarter. West Carter's first possession of the night. First and 10 Comets. Hall's going to be in the shotgun with Dean lined up to his right. He's got trips out to his right. An eligible tight end lined up to his left. Hall calls for the ball. Handoff goes to Dean straight up the middle. Dean's got a hole. Goes across the 30 to about the 35, maybe the 34-yard line. Big first down play for the Comets. They'll bring up 2nd and short. They're going to mark it actually right at the Comet 35. The quarterback really stands quite a bit in front of the running back. It's kind of an untraditional look to the shotgun formation, Jeff. As you watch Hall and Dean line up here.
Well, it could allow for an easy direct snap as well.
Same formation. Hall's in the gun. Dean lined up in the backfield with trips out to his right. Same play. Dean. I tell you what, he's electric, man. When he gets the ball, he gets pick up serious yardage in a hurry.
So that's a first down for West Carter, brought to you by Papa John's Pizza of Grayson, locally owned, globally known.
Ball will go all the way to the Comet 43. Neither team has established the line. Well, neither team's played any defense thus far. How about that? That's better to say, isn't it? Same formation, trips out to Hall's right. Look for a screen pass. They're setting it up here. 4-3 defense here for the Raiders. Handoff goes straight up the middle to Dean. This time, East Carter does a really good job of kind of balling him up. He might get 2 or 3, and that's it. I'll tell you what, you talk about a showcase. If you're a fan of running the football and good running backs, this is a game for you with Dean and Yoke.
It's like they're just going to drop the hammer and let it go.
Well, I think, as far as philosophies, at any head coach at any level, I'm going to run the ball until anybody stops me. The way it looks right now, both these running backs might end up with over a couple hundred yards tonight. So, same formation's just flipped over to Hall's left, trips out to his left with Dean in the backfield. Now, receiver comes in motion, fakes the handoff. It's an RPO, and it's batted down, incomplete. It was a forward pass. Good job by Mr. Cooper, I believe, that got a hand on it. They bring up 3rd and long for the Comets.
Yeah, just a little bit of a misdirection there.
Yeah, pass was trying to go to Coy Maddox out here in the flat. There, a little creativity there. Do you hand the ball off to Dean here and just come up with your best 4th down play if you don't pick up the first down?
I say you about have to. I mean,
well, you don't have to.
Well, taking a look, I mean, with the arm that Hall has, I mean, he can get it out there.
Oh, absolutely. He's a very good quarterback. Hall's in the gun. Dean in the backfield. He's got doubles out to his right and receiver lined up to his left. Dropping to throw. All day to throw. He's going to throw this one across the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. That was Jake Carter. Down at the Raider 40. It'll go down as incompletion, bring up fourth, and a very long 7, maybe even 8. And it looks like Coach Daniel Barker is going to keep that offense on the field. So maybe your first big play of the night, especially here in the first half. Well, nope, they're going to go back in punt formation. And I believe Preston Wall is back deep to receive for, maybe that's Hall. Back deep to receive.
Martin, Kel back on the punt for Wes Carter.
Snap, a good one. Punt, not a very good one. This one's going to head straight out of bounds. It'll go out of bounds at the Raider 35-yard line. So the punt will go from the 41 to the 35 of East Carter. So a 26-yard punt, which is not terrible. We've seen worse. We've seen a 6-yard punt this year.
And that defensive stop brought to you today by Guardian Roofing. And which
for all your roofing needs, Guardian Roofing.
And especially this time after, the weather we had yesterday.
The contractors and roofing companies in our area are licking their chops right now. Because yesterday was just abysmal. I mean, really terrible. Here comes the Raiders offense for the second time tonight. The first time they went 10 plays, 62 yards for the touchdown. Johnson's in the gun. Yoke lined up in the backfield. And I thought we heard whistles before.
Yeah, I heard
a whistle.
Don't see any flags on the play.
I heard a whistle before even anybody moved. Didn't you?
It was like a real light one. Of course, it makes you wonder if it could possibly be a fan with a whistle.
I heard a whistle, and the referee's asking other officials if he blew his whistle. I don't think they're going to move it either way, because we all heard a whistle up here. We've got our window open. We heard a whistle that didn't sound like an official's whistle.
No, because
it was very faint.
Yeah, most of those officials, they run the Fox 40
right.
or Fox Sonic whistle, which is, it's a P-less whistle, which means that, it doesn't have that P in there. This one almost sounded like it had that little P in there.
It looks like that we might get an announcement here as referee Lane Hughes is coming over and saying, hey, if you're in the stands and you've got a whistle, you got to quit that, because we all heard it. As they've stopped play, East Carter back in their huddle. Let's see what they say here over the PA. It could have been from the other side, too. We don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, they're saying no artificial noisemakers. It's what the White Hat is coming up and saying.
I think that's, listen.
No artificial noisemakers.
And I think that's a characteristic, and I know Lane very well, of good officiating. It just is what it is.
Well, it's one of those situations that, it threw both of them off guard because, West Carter was coming across, East Carter was moving.
Yeah, both teams were moving. Well, some of their players were, so some of them were still in the stands. Johnson's in the gun. He's got twin wideouts to his left. Yoke in the backfield. Handoff goes to Yoke. He's in trouble, and the Comets got him way back in the backfield. The ball will go back inside the Raider 35.
Loses about 2 on the play there.
But I tell you what, the Comets shot the gaps there. You got to be careful doing that against this East Carter team, because they've got some tricks up their sleeve. I think it's interesting. You look at Dean and you look at a couple of the other players on West Carter. This team's pretty fast, Jeff. And then you look at a couple other Ryland Fowl and Hall and Blue for East Carter. There's some serious speed out there. So bringing the house is kind of a risky move as West Carter stacks the box. Johnson's in the gun, drops the throw, steps up in the box. He had Landon Yoke wide open over here on the far sideline. If he's able to see him, he scores. He walks in. It's not even close. So it looks like I don't think that's a sack. I believe that Johnson actually picks up a yard to the 34.
If anything, they marked it, I think, on the other side of that the yard line there for the 34-yard line. So if anything, mark him with a gain of 6 inches.
Well, Yoke lost 2 or 3 yards on the first play.
They actually marked him where he only lost 1.
Okay, so I don't. It just depends on who's scoring that. I don't score it as a sack, but it just
If
depends
anything, he got back to the original line to gain.
3rd and long for the Raiders. Johnson's in the gun. Yoke in the backfield. He's got twin wideouts to his right. Looks like Wes Carter's going to bring the blitz here. Man comes in motion. Calls for the ball. Johnson sets deep, throws. He's got a man wide open, and it's going to go over the head of his intended receiver, Garrett Blue. Man, he had him down at the Comet 40.
It had been a horse race down to the end, trying to see if he was able to get a hold of that one. But Wes Carter's going to get the stop here.
That's kind of plagued Johnson early in this year, overthrows. So East Carter will punt this one away on a 4th and 11.
Got number 1 back for Wes Carter. I think, was that Coy Maddox?
Number 1 is, the punt's away, and it's a decent punt. I believe that it's going to die at the Comet 35, and it will. As I hear a lot of yelling over here to our far side. Number 1 is actually Caden Thompson. 3 is
Coy Maddox there. Trying to go based off of my memory, which probably not the best right now.
So Wes Carter will have the possession. This will be their second possession of the night.
And we can credit Wes Carter with that defensive stop by Guardian Roofing once again. So if you have any storm damage or anything else, call Guardian Roofing for all your roofing needs.
Of course, we're in the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth here in Moorhead, Kentucky on the campus of Moorhead State University. Hall's in the gun. Dean in the backfield with him. He's got a very heavy set with one receiver out to his left. Look for something. No, he's got a bunch set over to his right. Handoff goes to Dean, puts his foot in the ground, goes upfield. He's going to get a good gain of 5 yards. This will take it to the Comet 40.
That's where you throw all those wide receivers over there, and they end up in blockers.
We got a final. Bath County has defeated Lewis County 42-12. Dean is very good at changing directions. He kind of looked like he was going to take that one outside when he first took the handoff, put his foot in the ground, headed upfield. 2nd and 5 for the Comets. Hall, almost in a pistol set the way that they're lined up here.
As we enter under 30 seconds left to play here in the
this will
first
probably
quarter.
be the last play of the first quarter. Hall calls for the ball. High snap. Handoff goes to Dean. Dean's got a lot of room on the outside. Good job by East Carter. That looked like it was going to be a really big play. That wasn't Dean. That was number 0, which is Flannery.
Gets them within a yard of the first down, but I think that's going to take it all the way down here to the end of the first quarter.
We played one quarter. East Carter leads West Carter 6-0 in the 54th annual Battle of the Barrel. We'll be back on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Not only is State Senator Robin Webb proud to support and congratulate our youth in all their endeavors in and out of the classroom, but your State Senator Robin Webb is also proud to support and work for all the adults in her district. Robin Webb strives to put forth the best for youth and adults alike. Whether it's in Frankfort or here at home in her district, know that Robin Webb puts you first in all of her decisions she makes. State Senator Robin Webb strives harder every day to make Kentucky a better place to work, live, and have fun.
Back out here on Kool TV. Spencer Hutchinson, Jeff Irwin.
Back at the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth. And we failed to mention a little bit earlier, the touchdown there by East Carter was brought to you by Malone's Funeral Home in Grayson, Kentucky. Go see them at 325 Malone Lane, serving Grayson since 1932. So we're ending up 3rd and 1 here for Wes Carter as we flip direction of the field.
So Hall will be in the gun. In the backfield is Dean, who's checked back in. He's got twin wideouts to his right. This is going to go to Dean. Now a man comes in motion. That's Thompson. Handoff goes to Dean straight up the middle. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle, but does get across the 35, which is enough for a West Carter first down, brought to you by Papa John's of Grayson and Flatwoods, locally owned and globally known. And, of course, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Kurt Robinson State Farm Insurance. For all your insurance needs, see Kurt Robinson State Farm Insurance.
First down brought to you by Caldwell Cooperage of Morehead, Kentucky.
First and 10 Comets. They have it at their own 46-yard line, trailing 6-0. High snap, handoff goes to Dean. He's in trouble, and he's brought down in the backfield. Number 59, Braden Flatt, just broke the line of scrimmage, and Dean had nowhere to go. He'll lose maybe a half a yard, and he'll bring up second and close to 11, Jeff.
I think they gave him a favorable spot on there. Ended up
well, he did drag Flatt just a little bit.
Yeah, so they marked it right there at the 46-yard line, so back to the original line of game.
And when you see somebody other than Cooper make a big play on that defensive line, it makes East Carter very dangerous. Very, very dangerous, because you can't really focus in on Cooper when he's playing his way. Hall's in the gun. He's got Dean in the backfield with him. He's got twin wideouts to his right and one over to his left. Dropping to throw, under pressure, throws across the middle. Pass is batted away,
almost
incomplete.
Intercepted.
Man, it was a pretty good pass, though, there from Hall. It kind of put it in a tight window.
Yeah, definitely a catchable ball, but then East Carter had a great defensive stop there. Just about picked up the pick.
Yeah, really good pass there from Hall. It's no fault of the receivers. He caught it. He hit him in the hands, I believe, right in traffic. But, you watch it on your screen and you think, well, man, we got to come up with those. I promise you the field conditions are not good. It may look good on your screen. It's very slick. The ball is slick. It's just not good. Third and very long here for West Carter. Hall is in the gun. Dean in the backfield with him. He's got twin wideouts to his right and one to his left. Drops to throw all day to throw. Throws to a wide open receiver. It's batted away and caught by Thompson down at the Raider 25. Ryland's foul went up and batted it up in the air. Thompson made him pay for it, though. They're going to mark it actually at the 27.
We'll take a look at that again here on the Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay. A little bit of a shift there from the East Carter front line. And then, like you said, the offensive line there, West Carter held East Carter, gave him all day to throw pass.
Yeah, he just had too much time to throw there. Good job by Thompson going up and grabbing that one. Foul had a good play on it. Usually that falls down incomplete. Thompson made a heck of a play. Hall's in the gun. Dean in the backfield with him. He's got trips out to his left. Handoff goes to Dean straight up the middle. Dives forward close to the 22-yard line. He'll get a gain of 2. He'll bring up 2nd and 8. 6-0. East Carter leads here with 9:44 left in the first half.
West Carter knocking right at the door of the Miller Insurance red zone.
Dean on the carry, 1-yard gain. Brings up second down for West Carter.
We're going to give Dean 1 yard on that one. Bring up 2nd and 9 here for the Comets.
Yeah, they didn't give him a favorable spot on that one. I thought he got more than that. 2nd and 9 for the Comets. Hall is in the backfield with Dean and trips out to his left. You kind of wonder when they're going to throw that screen pass out there. Hall calls for the ball. It's a design run the whole time. He's in trouble, big trouble, and he's going to be sacked. And the ball comes loose. East Carter has it. Yes, sir. East Carter has the ball. Hall fumbled it.
And we'll take a look at that again here on the Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay. A lot of
what
bodies
did we talk
right
about
down
in
there.
our pregame?
Ball control, making
Ball
sure.
control and silly mistakes. You could not, and I think it's interesting because that's the first time that Hall was on a designed run tonight. So if you're Daniel Barker, are you kind of shy about running that again?
Very possible.
And Hall's thrown the ball very well so far tonight. So East Carter gets a big turnover here. They'll take over on their own 25-yard line.
And that defensive stop brought to you by Guardian Roofing there once again. So make sure you see them for all your storm damage and roofing needs.
You throw a big shot here. You take a shot here. Johnson's in the gun. Yoke in the backfield with him. Johnson calls to the ball. Handoff goes to Ryland Fowl, sweeping off to his right, taking the play very wide, puts his foot in the ground. Good job by West Carter's defense. They really stretched that play out all the way to the East Carter sideline. The ball was marked here on the near hash and probably traveled 30 yards over there to the far side, and West Carter wasn't having it. You'll get a couple. They'll bring up 2nd and 8. Of course, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Pure Point Auto in Greenup. From oil changes to multi-point inspections to full engine swaps, Pure Point Auto can do it all. They also mount and balance tires and cut program keys. Pure Point Auto, 2109 Ashland Road in Greenup. Johnson's in the gun, twin wideouts to his left and Yoke in the backfield. On his 2nd and 8, Johnson calls for the ball. It's a swing pass out to the left, and good play by that Comet defense. He's going to get caught way back in the backfield. Well, let's see where they mark it at. They may get him back to the line of scrimmage, and they will. Johnson's pass was caught by Caleb Hall. Just nothing there. We've seen West Carter take a couple of shots downfield. East Carter's done it a couple of times. They had guys open, just overthrown by Johnson. East Carter's going to walk this one up to the line of scrimmage. Johnson's going to be in the gun. He's got Ryland Fowl in the backfield. Looks like Hall and Wall split out at wide receiver. Handoff, nope. Sets up deep. Johnson's just going to take off. It's going to be close to a first down. He's going to have it. He's straddling the sideline as bodies hit the deck over right here on the West Carter sideline.
And that first down brought to you again by Papa John's Pizza.
I believe we've got an injured. I'll tell you what, we'll take a break. We'll be back on Kool TV.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Back out here on Kool TV, Jeff, as Alabama and Georgia are playing also. The Tide currently lead the Dogs 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. Shoo-wee.
Seen a sign on Facebook earlier today. Someone was like, hey, my wife's having a baby, but I already bought tickets for this game, so roll Tide.
Yeah, that's a little too much for me.
Yeah.
Don't you think? I mean, I love football as much as anybody, but
that's where if I come back, my stuff is going to be in the front yard.
No, it should be. It should be, honestly. So.
Might have been Ethan Bledsoe shooken up down there from West Carter.
A couple of coaches over here on the West Carter sideline got ramped up too. So Johnson's in the gun on this first down play. Handoff goes to Yoke, tiptoeing, still tiptoeing, breaking a tackle. Flag comes flying in. You got to think this is going to be a hold or a face mask or something. So second flag of the night.
Yeah, they're pointing toward East Carter, so.
Well, no, I think they're.
Yeah, well, he was pointing that way.
Let's see what they do here, because they're looking over at East Carter's sideline. They have not asked.
Holding.
Yep, it was in the vicinity of holding. That's what we thought.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that here on the Grace Sporting Goods.
I can tell you right now, I know Lane Hughes very well. If they say it was holding, it was holding. I've never really questioned Lane Hughes, except for, I mean, he is a top-notch official, but I do question his pro football team choice. Johnson drops the throw, a little hitch route over here on the near sideline. It's caught up at the 45-yard line, so it'll be a gain of 7. It'll bring up 2nd and 13 now. Pass complete to number 28, Preston Wall. I'll tell you what, Wall's been a very good key for this East Carter offense here early in the season, Jeff. He's made some big plays. You don't see him really drop the ball a whole lot. He'll go all out trying to catch it if the ball's kind of out of his area. And one of those senior leaders that you kind of need. Kid that goes kind of under the radar when they win. 2nd and 12 for East Carter. They have it at their own 46-yard line. Johnson in the gun with Landon Yoke lined up there. With a receiver to his left and his right. Hitch round over to the left. It's caught. It'll be a gain of about 5. Ball will go into Comet territory down to the 49. It's nice knowing Kentucky took care of business today, and I don't care who wins the rest of the games.
There you go.
It's a rare thing to watch Kentucky go on the road and win a game like they did. Actually, it was the highest ranked team that they had beaten on the road since 1977 when they beat number 4 Penn State in Happy Valley.
Just under halfway through here of the second quarter.
3rd and about 7. Johnson's in the gun, twin wideouts to his left. Trying to draw the Comets offside. They don't bite. Calls for the ball. Handoff goes to Yoke, sweeping off to his right, puts his foot in the ground, runs over a Comet, breaks a tackle. He's very close to that first down. It'll be a yard short. An easy decision here for Coach Tim Champlin. You ain't punting this ball.
Yeah, you're in Comet territory right now. Punch it in.
Did the official drop his flag right here, right above the 40? It almost looks like there's a flag right there. You see it?
Yeah, there's something out there.
I don't know what that is.
Unless that's something, I don't know, because they don't play
piece
soccer
of equipment
here.
off one of the players, I believe.
It just has a yellowish tint
does.
from up here.
4th and 1 for the Raiders. Johnson's in the gun. Yoke in the backfield. Heavy set. Handoff goes to Yoke straight up the middle, and it's going to be, he's got it. That second effort, it's going to mark it down at the Comet 40. And you talk about the Comet offense here, Jeff, a team that scored 66 points in their last outing, a running clock fashion, put big points on the board the week before that. Still held scoreless in this game, but it's not because they haven't moved the ball. It's a fumble, and East Carter just said, we're going to play keep away.
Oh, I mean, they got the lead. I mean, if things hold still, I mean, they'll win the game.
It won't. Yeah. This is the barrel, baby.
Yep.
1st and 10 for Johnson. Drops the throw, throws to Landon Yoke, who makes the catch, cuts back in the middle of the field. Good open field tackle there.
Picks up about 5 on the play.
Yeah.
And Nichols on the tackle there for Wes Carter. And that's what East Carter's been doing all games long. You know, they really haven't went for a huge play. They've had a couple of huge play attempts, but they've been picking up these 5, 7 yard,
chip it away.
It's consistency, and that's what you have to do. And just, you're going to wear down the defense as time goes on.
They said Nichols over the intercom, but I don't have a Nichols on my roster. So that's what I was looking at. Johnson's in the gun. Handoff goes to foul, straight up the middle, tiptoeing. He's going to get down close to another first down. It'll be marked in between the 31 and the 30. His clock continues to run. We're at 3:12 now.
Yeah, they're going to
mark it just
short.
Yeah, I don't have a Nichols. Did they say Nichols?
That's what I thought.
I thought too.
Maybe a new player on the team or bringing up a JV
I don't
player.
know. I don't know. I'm looking at their actual roster. It's 28-0 Alabama now. Which we don't care. We beat Ole Miss today. So it'll bring up 3rd and 1 here. Handoff goes to foul. Straight up the middle. He's got the first down and more. Into the Comet secondary down to the 21-yard line. They'll mark him at the 22. It'll be another Papa John's first down for East Carter. Locally owned and globally known. That's the Papa John's of Grayson and Flatwoods. Clock continues to run, Jeff, at 2:35.
Yeah, just don't forget to stop there on Customer Appreciation Days, first Monday of the month.
Well, do they have a Spencer Hutchison Appreciation Day where I can go in and get whatever I want? I'll need to ask them down there.
You need to check and see.
Actually, I had Papa John's the other day. I love Papa John's, by the way. I was obviously kidding. I love Papa John's, though. So
I got $10 in Papa cash.
Hey, I know their owner pretty well. Johnson's a gun. We get whistles and timeout. Wes Carter. We'll take it with him. We'll be back on Kool TV.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenham, Grayson, Painesville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Back out here on Kool TV at the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth. Of course, we know that a lot of people across our area are without power. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, and we appreciate you joining us. I remember once upon a time ago, I had to go out and charge my phone in the car because I was without power for several days. Johnson's in the gun on his first down, looking to throw. Nobody's open, kind of scrambling, runs into his own player, and he's going to be wrapped up and sacked. Oh, that was just – see, that's what we talked about in the pregame, just silly mistakes there, and I know Coach Daniel Barker is not going to be happy about that one.
Because here you get a nice play, get him pushed back behind the line of scrimmage.
That's just silly. And we saw East Carter commit a couple of those fouls against Greenup a couple of weeks ago. You can't – and if West Carter's lucky, they'll get offsetting here. But
we'll see what we can see here on the Grayson Sporting Goods.
It's just silly. Why do it? You're in a district game, man.
It was number 0 there for West Carter.
We don't know what they said, though. You might have offsetting penalties here. We don't know. It may have been something said. So I'm not condoning the actions anyway, right. But I'm saying that if there was something said, you might see offsetting. If not, this is going to be a personal foul against West Carter, and they're going to get offsetting. So something was said. That's what I thought.
Well, if you take a look here, like I said, on the instant replay, you saw that he was kind of he kind of slammed him down a little
bit. Can't believe it, and I don't blame him.
Now, here it is again. You can take a look here. You see number 0 from West Carter picks him up and then continues to try to drag him down, and then he must have someone said something.
Well, the thing about it is, though, Jeff, they didn't throw the flags until the push was made.
Right.
And then they call offsetting. I don't understand that. So if the push wasn't made, you wouldn't throw the flags?
Possibility.
Well, see, that doesn't make any sense then. I don't care. It is what it is.
That's still going to take East Carter way back.
Really good defensive play there for West Carter, able to get Johnson down. He was scrambling down in the pocket there for a little bit. Handoff goes to Yoke straight up the middle. Good job by that front 7. It's going to be wrapped up. He'll not get a yard, and that's it. So with 1:41 left, I think, if you're East Carter, you're trying to get half of this here. You're not going to the end zone. You're trying to get half of this here.
Well, you're facing third down right now. You got to get inside.
14. You got to get down to the Comet 12 for the first down. So you're at the 27. Johnson's in the gun. West Carter's going to be in prevent here. They're not going to let anything. Johnson rolls off to his right, looking. He's just going to keep this one himself. He's got a lot of room over there on the far side. Tiptoes, tight ropes to sideline. He's got a first down. All the way down to the Comet 9-yard line.
And that first down brought to you by Papa John's, locally owned and globally known.
And by Brent Roark Insurance for all your insurance needs. Brent Roark Insurance is, of course, East Carter has entered the red zone. I've been calling East Carter games for, 5 years now? Back before we joined with Cool Hits.
Like right around the 2020 mark.
Yeah, somewhere in there. That reminded me a lot of Kenyon Cozy. Kenyon Cozy was very good at being able to pick that ball and kind of head off the Canyon Cozy was a very good throwing quarterback, first off. But he was able to use his legs to beat you also, and it changed the way teams had to play against him. As you're seeing that develop out of Johnson. Handoff goes to Yoke straight up the middle, spins, drags a Comet down to the 6 as we're under a minute now. How urgent are you here? Let's see if Daniel Barker calls timeout.
Well,
you don't want to go to the half down 2 touchdowns.
Right. I mean, Wes Carter's going to come back out and get the ball for the second half, but yet you don't, like I said, you don't want to go into there.
You want to be able
down.
You want to be able to get the ball at the beginning of the second half to go try to tie the game, not try to make it a one-score game.
East Carter running the clock down to right around 30 seconds here.
Yep. And they've got all 3 timeouts. Johnson's in the gun. Calls for the ball, rolls off to his right. It's a quarterback design run, and he's going to go in. Touchdown, East Carter. Man, that was a really nice developing play over on the far right side. The blocks really set up. He kind of just went through a tunnel of blocks over there, and the hole was there, and Johnson walks in easily to make it 12-0 with 19 seconds left in this first half.
And you can see that here on the Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay. It had a wall of blockers and
no man
just squeezed
nobody
right
over
in
there for the Comets. It changes the way that you have to prepare for East Carter. They're going to go for 2 here. The offense stays on the field. Johnson's in the gun, trying to make this 14-0 with very little time left in this first half. Rolls off to his right. He's going to throw it. He's got a man wide open, and it's caught for the 2-point conversion. Garrett Blue over in the right corner of the end zone. 19 seconds remain here in the first half. East Carter's taking a 2-touchdown lead. They lead 14-0 over West Carter.
Once again, that touchdown was brought to you by Malone Funeral Home of Grayson, Kentucky, 325 Malone Lane. Please see them for all of your funeral services.
I'll tell you what, with just 19 seconds left, we'll keep it right here. You know what, Jeff? You're an A-plus producer. You are probably the most professional person that I've worked with. But you may have a career in talking at the very end of commercials.
Yeah. Well, I had to get. Well, we got to pay the bills somehow.
You got to read the fine print somehow.
Yeah, you got to pay those bills on there, and we love our sponsors on there. Like I said, we got Malone's Funeral Home. They're a great funeral home there in Grayson, Kentucky. All of our sponsors are great. Want to make sure that we try to get those bills paid in as well. Try not to go on too long, but just say what we need to have right before we move on. But, 19 seconds left to go here in the first half. And, barring some miracle play out there, this is probably going to be our halftime score.
Well, if I'm, West Carter's got some serious speed, some really good athletes. Do you pooch kick this, or you just kick it deep and live with it? Because East Carter's special teams has really struggled this year, Jeff.
You got to kick it deep here. 19 seconds, you want to pin him back as far back as what you can. The one thing you absolutely can't do here is kick it out of bounds.
I think that's what I would do. And just play prevent. West Carter only has 1 timeout left. I think that's important. You get about 7 seconds to play. Let's see what they do.
They got 2 left.
This is just a little pooch kick right in the middle of the field, bobbled momentarily, and fielded by Comet, who's loose in the secondary. And touchdown saving tackle over there by Garrett Blue. Ryland foul as it went into Raider territory. You see this on your Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay. It looked like maybe I need to watch this again as it kind of caught me off guard. He got balled up there momentarily and just popped right out.
West Carter 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line.
So you've seen a good tackle by Ryland Fowl. You also seen a good tackle by who else was over there?
You had a host of Raiders over that way.
I'll tell you what. So 11 seconds. You got 11 seconds here. You just kind of throwing this one to the end zone.
You may have a couple shots here, depending on.
This is dangerous territory for East Carter. They're not in their traditional cover 3. They're in 2 high safety cover 4, essentially. Dropping to throw. Just going to launch this one deep. No one's out there.
It's going to be an interception.
It's going to be intercepted.
Oh, he dropped it.
No, it was incomplete. They're going to give him an interception, but I never thought he had it. They're going to give him the interception and a fumble, which I'm not sure if that's I thought it was incomplete. Is Coach Daniel Barker kind of asking about that too? I thought it was incomplete pass, but
he did take a step or two back.
With 1 second left, you take a knee and you go to half. Up 2 touchdowns against your rival district game.
Yeah, that's where the officials, I'm going to guess, determine that as a football move that he made.
Well, that's why they're down there and we're up here. So 1 second left. I'm sure Johnson will just take a knee and go to the half. And we're going to get timeout. East Carter. Didn't like the lineup or something. Something wasn't.
That's kind of unusual right there. I mean,
well,
especially for a prevent offense.
Well, I still expect a knee here. Take this to the half. Johnson under center. Takes a snap, drops to a knee, and that'll end the first half. 14-0. East Carter leads over West Carter here in the 54th Battle of the Barrel. We'll be back on Kool TV.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewes, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter what species of fish you are targeting, Border Sporting Goods has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders also has baits in every size and style with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland. Miller Insurance Agency began serving the insurance needs of Northeast Kentucky in 1967. Since then, the agency has prospered by providing valuable insurance protection to our community. As your independent insurance agent, we're not tied to one company. Rather, we compare different carriers, finding the best price. Call or stop by today to compare your coverages. Remember, your independent agent serves you first. Find us online at millerins.net or stop by Miller Insurance, 210 South Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson. Check out Dyer's Big Sandy in Grayson for great prices on home appliances like washers and dryers, ranges and dishwashers. See our giant selection of living room suites, bedroom suites, recliners, mattresses, and electronics, including TVs and speakers. Visit our showroom at 506 Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson. You'll find the best prices and the best selection for every room of your home. And Dyer's has all the top brands in bedding: Tempur-Pedic, Purple, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Beauty Rest. Dyer's Big Sandy, 506 Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson.
Back out here on Kool TV, the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth here on the campus of Morehead State University in Morehead, Kentucky. Look at some of the scores from yesterday and today. Raceland defeated Newport Central Catholic 29-7. Ashland all over Green at 51-12. Perry County Central defeated Martin County 31-14. Prestonsburg defeated Betsy Lane 39-32. And Corbin defeated Hazard 51-28. Action earlier in the day, Russell defeated Fleming County 36-0. Pikeville defeated George Rogers Clark 28-7. Leslie County defeats Paintsville in Paintsville 26-20. Tuck Valley, West Virginia down in Williamson defeats Morgan County 28-6. Bath County over Lewis County 42-12, and Johnson Central has defeated Boyd County 42-14. Of course, Jeff, you have some scores for some games that are ongoing right now.
Yeah, Lawrence County and Estill County. I believe that one's being played at Estill. Estill leads right now here at the half, 12-7.
Yep, and of course, East Carter's familiar with both of those teams. Blew the doors off Estill County in week 1. Of course, Estill County went on and beat West Carter, and then Lawrence County, kind of put it all over East Carter in the preseason in one of their scrimmages in their grid. So do not have a score right now for Belfry and Magoffin County. Jeff, interesting first half. Of course, Fairview and Powell County will play on Monday. It didn't seem like either team really had trouble moving the ball, just mistakes for the Comets, a fumble, and one time they did have to punt, but East Carter dominated the time of possession in the first half.
Yeah, and as I've said, throughout the first half on there, they're consistent right now. They're not going for that huge 20, 30-yard play. I mean, if it develops and happens, it happens. But yet, I mean, they're content right now of picking up 4 or 5 yards per
Absolutely.
play.
And you would be too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, there have been very few times tonight that East Carter's been dropped down behind the line of scrimmage.
And the one time that they did, the very next play, Johnson tight-roped the far sideline for about 20 yards. So West Carter, they really haven't been able to stretch the field the way that they wanted to. They had a couple of big plays. Of course, when Thompson caught that tip from Ryland foul down here on the far side, near side, and then they really weren't able to do anything with the ball after that. They did a quarterback design run, and it cost them a fumble. And it's almost one of those things, what do you do if you're Coach Daniel Barker? But on the flip side, this is the East Carter team we thought we would see all season long, Jeff. This is a team that's showing different aspects of their game. We didn't see any design quarterback runs the whole year. And now Johnson, on several different occasions in the first half, made the Comets pay, and one of those went for a touchdown.
Yeah, it's one of those situations that, once you get into district play, you're going to see some different formats and some different formations, how they're going to be coming out and playing the game a little bit more. You don't want to show your full hand out there, when you're playing these non-district teams. And so they're coming out tonight and showing truly what they're made out of.
So we're at the half here. There's still several minutes left here at the half. We'll take a break. We'll be back on Kool TV.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Discover the convenience of Clark's Pump and Shop, your go-to local pit stop. Clark's proudly serves your neighborhood with new locations popping up just around the corner. Swing by today and indulge in a selection of your favorite snacks and drinks. We're committed to elevate your on-the-go taste experience. Clark's Pump and Shop is your premier destination for all things convenience and satisfaction. Stop by today at a Clark's Pump and Shop near you. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family, because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations, or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Hand stretch, mouth watering, get that ooey gooey cheese. 8 extra large slices, hold it and fold it. It's an extra large, bigger is better, more for your money, New York style pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Get an extra large New York style one topping pizza for only $10.99. Papa John's.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Not only is State Senator Robin Webb proud to support and congratulate our youth in all their endeavors in and out of the classroom, but your State Senator Robin Webb is also proud to support and work for all the adults in her district. Robin Webb strives to put forth the best for youth and adults alike. Whether it's in Frankfort or here at home in her district, know that Robin Webb puts you first in all of her decisions she makes. State Senator Robin Webb strives harder every day to make Kentucky a better place to work, live, and have fun.
Back out here on Kool TV. Still about 5 minutes left here at the half. Neither team's made their way back out onto the field. Heavy conversations. I don't know if they'll put 3 extra minutes up on the clock or not, Jeff, but a very interesting first half, dominated by the run game. Dean looked really good at times. East Carter did a really good job of kind of keeping him in the box. He wasn't able to put that in the fourth gear. Landon Yoke, man, he's one of those guys you can't arm tackle, and West Carter found that out in the first half.
Yeah, like I said, if you were here for a major shoot down of last score wins, not the game that anybody would be expecting in that way. But it's been, like I said, very consistent. It's almost like Novocaine. Give it some time, and it's going to work, and it'll do the job on here.
So, we've already mentioned the scores from around the area. Right now, Alabama leads Georgia 28-7. Kind of shocked about that. I knew that Georgia was not very good of an offensive team, but really shocked there. It's like Georgia plays so well against everybody else except for Alabama. It's like a mental block for Kirby Smart. I don't get it.
There's several teams that has that. For some reason, it gets in their head, and they just can't overcome that.
Jeff, I think it's important to note there is a very good crowd here below us and across the way, and you got to think a lot of these people probably don't have power. They've come out here, like you said in the pregame, get them something to eat. They're out here watching a good football game. Of course, yesterday Eastern Kentucky was just drilled by, at the time, Tropical Storm Helene. I believe that's what it was. Yep, Helene.
Because someone put down Dolly Parton saying Jolene, but it was Helene, but I guess close enough to that. Score update here from down at Estill County. Luke Faroff, touchdown pass to Andrew Ratcliffe, a 13-yard touchdown pass to Lawrence County, now on top 13-12 over Estill County with 9:52 left to go in the third quarter.
So, that's another one of those big-time games that you don't think matters to either one of these teams. It absolutely does. It matters a whole lot to East Carter more than West Carter, and I'll tell you why. East Carter already beat Estill County, so anytime Estill County wins after the Raiders win in week 1, it only helps them get a little bit better in the RPI. For West Carter, you kind of want Estill County to lose because you lost to them.
Right.
So you don't want it really to hurt you in the RPI, but of course that's all hearsay. Is these teams have more than half the season remaining. West Carter's made their way back out onto the field over here to our left, and I'm sure that Coach Daniel Barker didn't shy away from expressing his feelings there at the half, Jeff.
Oh, absolutely not, because it's one of those situations, this is the game that really, if you don't win any other game, this is the game that you have to win.
This is the game, and like me and Champ talked in the preseason, we talked, and I told him, I said, essentially, you could go 11-1 in your first 12 games and lose to West Carter, and a lot of people in the area would say, you've been down. You had a down year.
Right.
That's just the way it is. So you could talk about how good of a season you had. You could make it all the way to Kroger Field, but the first thing people are going to ask is, did you beat West Carter? Did you beat East Carter? So the story I always like to tell is I host a media day every year. We didn't do it this year, but the first year I hosted it, I didn't know the depth of the rivalry between East and West until that day, and I'll tell you why. I asked Tim and Daniel to take a picture with each other holding the football, and they wouldn't do it. Not because they don't like each other.
Right.
They're friends. But because they want that rivalry feel. They want, that this is heated and we got to beat them. This is our rival. You wouldn't see Miami and Florida State's coach taking pictures. You wouldn't see Braum and Mark Stoops taking pictures together.
Right.
It's one of those things, it's just so,
As we see the Raiders coming back here on Terry and Susan Jacobs Field.
Yeah, and there's still 1:12 left here. They're going to add 3 more minutes. So trying to get some more score updates from across the Commonwealth over the last 2 days, and we'll take a break. We'll be back on Kool TV.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Miller Insurance Agency began serving the insurance needs of Northeast Kentucky in 1967. Since then, the agency has prospered by providing valuable insurance protection to our community. As your independent insurance agent, we're not tied to one company. Rather, we compare different carriers, finding the best price. Call or stop by today to compare your coverages. Remember, your independent agent serves you first. Find us online at millerins.net or stop by Miller Insurance, 210 South Carroll Mall Boulevard in Grayson.
Back out here on Kool TV as West Carter is taking their sideline. East Carter still over there warming up. We had a lot of games over the past 2 days that kind of broke up because of the weather and different types of situations. Finals from today that kind of interest a few people. St. Xavier has defeated Trinity 16-10, Jeff.
And that was at St. X there in Louisville.
Yes. No real surprises. Still waiting on that Belfry-Magoffin County score to come in. I know it's going to be ugly, but, Russell won, Pikeville won, Bath County won, Johnson Central won, of course, Asheville won last night, Raceland won. So we're starting to figure out everybody's identity. And to this point, Jeff, I still don't think either one of these teams has an identity yet.
Well, they're still developing themselves. Last year, if you took a look at it, for West Carter, it was Dean and nothing but Dean. That's all you've seen, and that was all that. But he was the workhorse for him, and he scored. He picked up a record-breaking year for him, and so they were a running team. And now they're starting to kind of get into that little bit of an air raid offense. Kind of mixing that up and trying to free him up as well. But sometimes it takes half a season to really determine who you truly are.
Of course, this game is far from over, just a 2-score game. But, Jeff, at the beginning of the second half, if you allow East Carter to go right down the field and score, you're in trouble.
Right. Of course, fortunately, West Carter's going to have the ball to come out and start out. They're going to have to take care of it. They're going to have to put some points up on the board.
No, East Carter gets the ball.
I don't know. They
West Carter gets the ball. You're right. It doesn't feel like a must score, but the way East Carter's gaining momentum offensively, it feels like if you don't score here, when will you?
Yeah, they got to put together a complete drive, and that's going to be the big thing, is just getting a complete drive. They had that great drive there in the first half. They made it all the way down to just about inside of the red zone and fumbled the ball, and then turned it over to East Carter, which capitalized.
I'm not going
on
to say they'll do this, but the way that West Carter was able to return the kickoff right before half, come out and kick an onside.
Well, it depends on your
because
kicker.
we saw East Carter kick an onside and got it, but they were offsides. They
Right.
screened them. So it could very well happen. I'm just.
Well, West Carter's lining up deep. Looks like they got Weston Kaiser back there, and then who we say number one was Kel Back.
Caden Thompson.
Or Caden Thompson.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second half of the Battle of the Barrel is brought to you by Commonwealth Cooperage.
So
12 minutes on the board here.
Let's see if they kick. Where are they going to kick this one? I doubt they do the little pooch kick in the middle of the field again. See where they kick this ball.
Just got to get the 12 minutes up on the board here at the Terry and Susan Jacobs Field. Of course, you got to think first time for a lot of these people being here, actually participating in a game. And
Well,
up here in the
it's
press
Carter's
box.
second time this year. Kickoff. It's just a little pooch kick over the right. Fair catch called for, and it'll be taken right at the 32-yard line by number 24, Nathaniel Hale. So that's where West Carter will start their first drive of the second half. Yep, this is the second time East Carter's played here this year. Of course, they played Rowan County here.
That was during the first monsoon that we had, the lightning and everything else going on. I think what did get delayed? I don't know. No, we were over there.
Yeah, no, you're thinking of last year's Rowan County game.
Yeah. Well, Rowan County was here because they were still working on their stadium up by the high school, and Rowan County played here that day. It wasn't East Carter around, but East Carter did play around here earlier on in the season.
Yeah. 1st and 10, Comets. Calls on the shotgun formation with Dean in the backfield with him. He's got trips out to his right. East Carter looks like they're going to blitz here. Snap is high. Handoff goes to Dean straight up the middle. He's got a lot of room. Breaks the tackle. Goes across the 40 to the 43-yard line. First play, first down, Jeff.
Brought to you by Papa John's Pizza of Grayson. Locally owned, globally known. And don't forget, first Monday of the month is Customer Appreciation. So make sure you get there. $6.99 cheese and pepperoni pizza.
That's pretty good stuff right there. So 1st and 10, Comets on a Dean 11-yard carry on the first play of the second half.
And, of course, the kickoff was also brought to you by the YMCA of Ashland.
Hall in the shotgun with Dean lined up in the backfield with him. He's got trips out to his right. And let's see here. A little miscommunication there, and it's going to cost the Comets a play, essentially, is what you call it, as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. And it almost looked like they were set up for a screen pass over here to the right. And then Hall thought Dean was taking the handoff, and Dean didn't have a clue.
Well, it was on the wrong side is where he was looking at. I think Dean was on his right, and he was looking to his left.
That's how turnovers are made right there. 2nd and 10 for the Comets. Now a little bit of a different formation. Hall has 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Calls for the ball. Sets up the throw. He's got a man over on the far sideline. Breaks the tackle. Gets the first down inside Raider territory down to the 45-yard line.
Pass out there to Caden Thompson. Gives you another Papa John's first down.
Now, Thompson's been great tonight. So 1st and 10, West Carter. They have it at the Raider 45. Trailing 14-0 as we're just underway here in half number 2 in downtown Moorhead on the campus of Moorhead State University. 1st and 10. Hall's in the gun. He's got Dean in the backfield with him and trips out to his right. Fakes the handoff. Slant across the middle and tip off the hands of Thompson, who was looking upfield.
Yeah, that's one of those you got to catch it first before taking those eyes and looking upfield.
A really good pass there by Hall. You got to catch those in those games. You got to.
Because that would have easily been a first down and some.
So 2nd and 10 for the Comets. They have it at the Raider 45. Looks like same formation. It's the eyes of Hall kind of froze the East Carter linebackers, and they had the play they wanted, they had the look they wanted, just couldn't complete it. This time, handoff goes up the middle to Dean. He's driving, taking with him a bunch of Raider tacklers. He'll get 5 and bring up 3rd and medium.
And that's one thing about Dean. You give him the ball and you get out of his way because, he's plowing through whatever he can.
Of course, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Kurt Robinson State Farm Insurance. For all your insurance needs, home, auto, and anything else. That's Kurt Robinson State Farm Insurance. big third down here for West Carter. And the way that they've driven the ball here early in the drive, Jeff, it almost feels like a must score. You don't want to give East Carter the ball back because the last time they had it, it was kind of easy for them, it almost felt like. Handoff goes up the middle to Dean. He's still rumbling, still loose, and finally drugged down in the East Carter secondary, down close to the 31-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10, West Carter.
Brought to you by Papa John's Pizza of Grayson. Locally owned and globally known.
First down, brought to you.
Ball spotted at the Raider 31.
And West Carter's kind of going back to their bread and butter this time, just giving it to Dean and let him just plow right through the middle. There's not a whole lot of cutting or anything else that he does.
He hits the hole so hard that he's got 5 yards where you can put a hand on him. 1st and 10, West Carter. Same play, handoff goes to Dean. East Carter's got him this time. Looks like Beeson in there for the tackle, who was just unblocked, Jeff.
Pickup of about 1 on the play.
So this is the part of the field that, and we've got I believe, an injured Comet out there.
Yeah, they pull him back up. I think that's Dean, 32.
Well, you don't know if it's a cramp or what it is, so we'll take a break. We'll be back on Kool TV.
Miller Insurance Agency began serving the insurance needs of Northeast Kentucky in 1967. Since then, the agency has prospered by providing valuable insurance protection to our community. As your independent insurance agent, we're not tied to one company. Rather, we compare different carriers, finding the best price. Call or stop by today to compare your coverages. Remember, your independent agent serves you first. Find us online at millerins.net or stop by Miller Insurance, 210 South Carroll Mullen Boulevard in Grayson. Check out Dyer's Big Sandy in Grayson for great prices on home appliances like washers and dryers, ranges and dishwashers. See our giant selection of living room suites, bedroom suites, recliners, mattresses, and electronics, including TVs and speakers. Visit our showroom at 506 Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson. You'll find the best prices and the best selection for every room of your home. And Dyer's has all the top brands in bedding: Tempur-Pedic, Purple, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Beauty Rest. Dyer's Big Sandy, 506 Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson.
Back out here on Kool TV, the injured Comet was Mr. Dean, and looks like he's making his way over to the tent, and
it did make it.
Had a heavy limp to him there.
Yeah, made it underneath his own power. That's one thing.
Yeah, as he's trying to shake this one off. Sometimes you just get a stinger. Hopefully that's what it is, and it didn't look like he was very upset, so it's probably something minor. He'll be all right. He's a tough kid. We hope, anyways. 2nd and 9 for West Carter. Hall's in the gun. He's got trips out to his left. In there at the running back position is Flannery. Fakes the handoff, and Hall's in trouble, and he's thrown down. That's Aiden Cooper. Big time sack there for the Raiders. We've seen West Carter get the ball here earlier in the first half, not be able to do anything with it, and trying to not repeat that as now it's 3rd down, Jeff, and very long. It looks like 13.
Yeah, situation that, well, of course, now with Dean out of the picture for a few moments, I think he's back out there on the field I think he's in the backfield right now. But, for that play, they knew that West Carter had to go for something with the pass.
We'll see how. Yeah, he's still favoring that left ankle or lower leg. Hall's on the gun, trips out to his left with Dean in the backfield with him. Looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. He's in trouble, and he's still free, and he throws over the head of his intended receiver, Thompson, down at the 25-yard line. Thought he was going to get run down from behind. Did a really good job at evading pressure. Stepped up in the pocket. The throw on the run just a little high for his receiver. It brings up 4th and long. Hall's got really good pocket awareness, Jeff. You don't really see him take a lot of sacks, and it looked like East Carter had him dead to rights there, and he was able to kind of sneak his way out of there, and it looks like West Carter's going to go for this, and I don't blame him. It's a no-brainer.
Well, you're this deep into the field, right now. Ball's
What's a
at the
punt
35.
going to do for you? You punt it in the end zone, and it ends up being a net yardage of 10. So kind of a bunch set in the backfield. Now receiver comes in motion, Hall in the gun, and then East Carter going to call timeout. We're going to keep it right here. So,
and a good move there by East Carter, wanting to see what formation West is going to come out in. I mean, obviously, this is probably going to have to be some kind of pass downfield.
Well, not necessarily. You could catch East Carter sleeping with a little jailbreak screen, but I don't think you would do that on a fourth down. I think you're right. I think that, you're not in hell or all goes here, but
yeah, it's
one thing that I did say in the pregame, though, is East Carter is a very heavy cover 3 team, and the seams teams have hit those seams this year because a safety essentially is responsible for 2 wide receivers. You got one coming from your left, you got one coming from your right. So it's almost like a soccer goalie. You just got to pick the right one, and if you pick the wrong one, it's a touchdown.
Yep. That's probably what they're discussing out there, who they think it's going to be going to.
You can either go left or you can go right. If you go the wrong way, it's not going to be good.
Because, I mean, if you look statistically on there, the leading...
don't be surprised here if West Carter don't try to go for a seam here. Well, now they're in a bunch set over to the right is Dean and Hall in the backfield.
Yeah, Caden Thompson, the leading receiver so far on the year.
Hall calls for the ball. He's in trouble, big trouble, and he's going to be sacked way back, almost close to midfield. Braden Flatt and Aiden Cooper.
And that's going to be a Garden and Roofing defensive stop there for the Raiders. With 7:02 left to play here in the third.
It almost seemed like he was immediately under pressure, Jeff. They really didn't have. East Carter only rushed 4. West Carter was blocking 5, but that defensive line was able to get there almost instantly, and East Carter will have great field position to start their first drive here in the second half. They'll have it at their own 45-yard line.
Turnover on downs. East Carter takes over on the 45-yard line.
Yeah, West Carter was running every pick they possibly could downfield, just couldn't get the right matchup.
No, they could not. Of course, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Pure Point Auto and Greenup. From oil changes to multi-point inspections and full engine swaps, Pure Point Auto can do it all. They also mount and balance tires and cut program keys. Pure Point Auto, 2901 Ashland Road in Greenup. First down handoff goes to Yoke, and it's a good one. He'll get 9 yards into Comet territory down to the 46 or 47-yard line. We'll actually mark it right at the 46, and it almost feels like, Jeff, if East Carter goes down the field here and scores, that West Carter's going to run out of time.
Yeah, well, because East Carter has been taking their, like I said, they've been very consistent, but then they've not been in a hurry to get downfield.
For West Carter to win, they cannot let East Carter go down here and score. Johnson's in the gun, Yoke in the backfield with receivers to his left and his right. Throws a little hitch route, and it's incomplete. Pass was behind
Incomplete pass.
Preston Wall to bring up third and a yard.
And not a bad play call there because, obviously, East Carter's had several short yardage, either for touchdowns or for to get the first down. Nice little way to kind of mix it up a little bit, keep the West Carter defense honest on there.
Well, I will say this. West Carter hasn't allowed those East Carter receivers to get behind them at all. And so this is Lane and Yoke territory. 3rd and 1. Johnson's in the gun. Handoff goes to Yoke straight up the middle. He's got a lot of room. Breaks a tackle. Has the first down inside the Comet 40 to the 39. I believe they're going to mark him right at the 40.
That'll be another Papa John's Pizza first down. Locally owned, globally known. That's Papa John's and Grayson and Russell, isn't it? Flatwoods.
Brand new store. Of course, where Papa John's is at, there's a lot next to it. And of course, I grew up a lot in Flatwoods and Westwood area. There was a place called Amir's Pizza. Do you remember Amir's Pizza in Flatwoods?
I do not.
Well, there really wasn't much to remember, but I liked it. A lot of people didn't. Yoke takes the handoff. He's got a lot of room, lowers his shoulder, and drags the Comet inside the 35 to the 31-yard line. As the chipping is starting to chunk, Jeff. It started at 3 and 4 yards. Now it's become 5 and 6, 7 and 8.
Just continually increasing.
Yes. And you got to think, winner of this game goes to 3 and 2, 1 and 0 in district play, and East Carter will be sitting really pretty if they were able to win. West Carter would go to Russell at 1 and 0 in district, 3 and 2, and really feel like they've got all the momentum. 2nd and 2 for East Carter, really taking their time here, Jeff. They're not in any big hurry. Split back, set in the backfield for Johnson. Snap is low. He's just going to take it himself. And he's going to spin and get close to the 30. He might get a yard, and that's it. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. Something was wrong there, Jeff. That somebody didn't know what they were supposed to be doing. The snap was low, and it really threw things off.
Another score update from Lawrence County as they've 5 minutes ago just picked it up, another 12-yard TD pass to Carlo Chico. Now it's Lawrence County 19, Estill County 12.
That Lawrence County team, very young, athletic. They're dangerous, man. They won't challenge Belfry this year, but maybe in a couple of years. Johnson's in the gun. Yoke in the backfield with him. Handoff goes to Yoke straight up the middle. Tiptoes around a couple of Comets. Breaks a tackle, has the first down to the Comet 25-yard line. Very patient run there by Landon Yoke.
And first down brought to you again by Papa John's Pizza of Grayson and Flatwoods.
Of course, looking across the way and here below is really good crowd on hand. If you could just, I tell you what, as I don't know if.
I don't think there's anybody left in Allfield right now.
I don't think there's anybody left in Grayson or Allfield. Handoff goes to foul on a counter. Really good defensive play there by Wes Carter. He's still able to fall forward for about 3. Bring up 2nd and 7. Caudle on the stop, and East Carter's just showing different ways that they can kind of pound the rock here. Not in any position to throw the ball right now, and I know how Coach Tim Champlin is. He's one of those guys that, like we said in the pregame, I'll run it till you stop me, and so far West Carter just hasn't been able to do that, Jeff. But don't be surprised if East don't throw one over the top of their head here really soon, because those corners and safeties are starting to creep up in the box just a little bit more. Johnson's in the gun, little buck sweep out to the right. Yoke puts his foot in the ground, gets inside the Comet 20. In between the 20 and the 19, it'll bring up 3rd and medium.
Picks up a couple on the play.
Yeah, good open field tackle over there. I believe that PA announcer said that was Kaiser. And Landon Yoke's not an easy guy to bring down in open field. It's kind of like one of those trains effects. Once he gets momentum, then good luck bringing him down.
Well, he's got a real sharp cut. You know, he kind of almost does like a jump stop like in basketball. Yeah. And then you don't know if he's going to go right or left on there.
Buck sweep is something that Charlie Terry and Isaac Boggs were very good at running. Something that Landon Yoke's kind of growing into his own also. Handoff goes to Yoke straight up the middle, breaks a tackle, breaks another one. Here comes a flag that flies right in the middle of the field. This is going to be a hold. So interesting decision here for Coach Daniel Barker. Do you accept the hold, bring it 3rd and 15, or do you make it 4th down right here in about 4? I think I take the penalty, Jeff.
Yeah, you got to push them back some because, I mean, right now they are technically, I guess we can say that where they did finish off, they're in the red zone right now, but they're going to push back here.
Daniel's going to back them up, and I think that's the right call. You know, 4th and 4, not really spectacularly hard to pick up.
And you can take a look at that here on the Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay.
So it'll break actually 3rd and 15 here. East Carter's not going to punt this ball, I can tell you right now. Johnson's in the gun, twin wideouts to his left, Yoke in the backfield. Now rolls off to his right. It's a designed run the whole time. Johnson, good job by that West Carter defense, stretching it out, gets him out of bounds. They'll bring up 4th And about 13, Jeff, you think?
See where they stretch that.
Johnson gets a couple only.
Looks like it's 14. So pick up a 1 on the play. Ethan Bledsoe on the stop there.
Well, they got to get to the 15. The ball's at the 28. So it should be.
Yeah, fourth and 13. Math is hard sometimes.
Well, it is for me anyways. Johnson's in the gun, calls to the ball, drops the throw, looking, throws, and the pass is batted down, incomplete. Good defensive play there by Wes Carter. So maybe the shift in momentum the Comets needed.
That'd be a Guardian Roofing defensive stop there by Wes Carter.
Man, Tim Champlin's not happy. He thought there should have been a pass interference call there. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things, if you're watching it, you have a better perspective. So Wes Carter will take over on their own 28-yard line, needing to go 72 yards to cut this into a one-score game.
Well, but
with 1:51 left in the third.
The big thing that we have to look here is East Carter ate off
they killed the clock.
Yeah, 10 minutes has been, pretty much been gone of this third quarter.
Pistol formation here for Hall. He's got Dean lined up in the backfield behind him with a bunch set over to his left and receiver to his right. Drops the throws over the head of his intended receiver. Man, if he threw that on target, it may have been a touchdown for East Carter. I think Hall recognized that and kind of sailed it on purpose. 2nd and 10 for the Comets.
Bringing Dean back in. Or not. Yeah, brought Dean back in.
Looks like Coy Maddox come over to the bench. Give a breather for a minute. So 2 receivers lined up over to Hall's left as Dean switches sign now over to his right. Now a man comes in motion. It's Thompson. Handoff goes to Dean straight up the middle. And I tell you what, a shoestring tackle by Cooper saved a really big play. It'll go for 4, but it almost was 40, Jeff.
Well, as we said before, with that speed that Dean has, he just accelerates. I'd like to see what his true acceleration is.
He's one of the better track runners in the area. I know that. Ryland Fowl was I believe he won the region in the 100. I'm not sure. Number 16 for East Carter. So 2 track stars on the field for East and West Carter. Hall's in the gun. He's got 2 receivers to his left and 1 to his right. On his 3rd and 7. East Carter looks like they may bring some pressure. Now, snap is high. Handoff goes to Dean. He's hitting the backfield. Breaks a tackle. Here comes a flag. It's going to be a hold. So it'll be 4th and 3, or do you make it 3rd and 13? Now, this would be a lot longer than 4th and 2. I think you back him up here, Jeff.
I don't know, with the way East Carter's defense been going.
I'd back him up, and that's what Tim Champlin's going to do. So it'll take the ball back inside the Comet 25 all the way down to the 22-yard line. So it's a spot foul. It'll be 3rd and about 16, Jeff.
There you can see that on your Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay.
So holding call killed the Raiders' drive the last time they had it. West Carter trying to avoid the exact same thing on this 3rd and 16. If you're East Carter, you just don't let anybody get behind you. Hall's in the gun. He's got Dean in the backfield with him with twin wideouts to his right and 1 to his left. Last time in this situation, East Carter got serious pressure, and Hall just wasn't able to really set his feet. Now man comes in motion. Hall drops the throw. It's a screen pass out to the right. It's caught by Dean, and Dean's not going to get very much yardage as the pass kind of sailed Dean over to the right a little too far, and he outran his blockers, and Beeson runs him out over on the far sideline. It'll bring up 4th and very long. I think you got to punt this. I don't think you can give East Carter, let's say you don't get nothing, you can't give it to him at the 26. You're only down 2 scores, and you're not in the 4th quarter yet. And, yeah, I think they're going to punt. Clock is stopped right at 13 seconds.
Yeah, Dean was able to get out of bounds on that one.
Yeah, you can't go for this. I mean, it's just too far. And you give East Carter first and 10 on
Knocking
your
on
26. I mean, you're kind of, the game's over. You're not going to come back from 21 down in the fourth quarter.
They are set up in punt formation.
Yeah, doesn't mean they'll punt. I can't imagine a fake on 4th and 12.
Well, they send a man in motion. Now everybody's set.
Here's the punt, almost blocked by Cooper. They're going to let it bounce. It's going to bounce inside the Raider 40, down inside the 35 to the 34, and that's where it'll die. With no time on the clock. We've played 3 quarters. East Carter still leads 14-0. They'll have the ball first and 10 when we come back to start the fourth here on Kool TV.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Hand stretch, mouth watering, get that ooey gooey cheese. 8 extra large slices, hold it and fold it. It's an extra large, bigger is better, more for your money New York style pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Papa John's.
Welcome back to the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth here at the campus of Morehead State University, downtown Morehead, Kentucky, on a Saturday night of what has been a very eventful 2 days of weather. We appreciate everybody joining us here tonight, and prayers that everybody's power comes on if it's not on already.
And that was a Guardian Roofing defensive stop there by the Raiders.
Johnson's in the gun. Handoff goes to Yoke. Yoke puts his foot in the ground, runs over a Comet, and still driving, and there's 6 more or 7 more yards, Jeff. That's what made East Carter so successful last year, is the second half of the year, they really changed the way that they blocked up front. They were an overtime 2-point conversion away from going and playing Hart County, a game that they probably would have won, and then you're at Kroger Field. You probably don't win the game, but you're there. So, East Carter's starting to really shape here. Johnson's in the gun, Yoke in the backfield with him. He's got twin wideouts to his right, one to his left. Drops the throw, fakes the handoff. He's got a man wide open. It's going to be another overthrow for Johnson. A double move over on the far side by Ryland Fowl. Faked the hitch and just turned upfield, and there was no Comet in sight. And
it just overthrew him by about 6 yards.
You know what it is? Johnson just don't know his own strengths.
And once again, another one of those situations where second and short, East Carter goes for the long play downfield.
Yeah, and the perfect time to do it. West Carter very fortunate there.
Because if he would have caught that,
they weren't getting him.
No.
There wasn't anybody in the 16th region catching him. I know that because he won the 100-meter. Johnson's in the gun. It looks like West Carter may have jumped off sides. Landon Yoke don't care. He'll run over a couple of Comets, tiptoe, crisscross back to the left side of the field. He's got the first down, still driving into Comet territory down to the 49-yard line.
It's another Papa John's Pizza first down. Remember, Papa John's Pizza, first Monday of the month is Customer Appreciation Day.
You know what the second biggest enemy of a team that's losing is besides the score? The time. And East Carter is really taking their time in between plays. They're not in any hurry. They've got a 2-score lead over a rival in a district game on a neutral site field. It's just, I'd be surprised if East Carter passes the ball the rest of the game, honestly. Johnson's in the gun. He's got Yoke lined up in the backfield over to his left with twin wideouts to his left. Handoff goes to Yoke straight up the middle. Breaking tackles, and he's loose in the Comet secondary. Dragging tacklers down to the Comet 30-yard line. Fatigue is playing a role here for Wes Carter.
Another Papa John's first down.
When he gets going and you got a tired defense, that's a problem. That's a problem for you. It looks like Dean's going to come off the field here for Wes Carter. Man, he hasn't been the same since he got shaken up there earlier.
He took that helmet off pretty forcefully.
We sure hope he's all right. I mean,
he's favoring that left leg quite a bit.
He is a true pleasure to watch when he's rolling, man. I mean, he's played well tonight, by the way. He is one of the better running backs in the area, and then a guy that has to play both ways. Handoff goes to Ryland Fowl, who breaks a tackle, and he's loose, and they're not going to get him. Ryland Fowl will go in. Touchdown, East Carter, as he puts up the peace sign to a Comet defender, and the lead goes to 20-0, East Carter.
It's one of those, he was so fast, he was running off screen constantly on there.
And he's fast, that's for sure. 9:41 left. East Carter extends their lead to a 3-score game.
And so I don't delay the commercial. That was brought to you by Malone Funeral Home. Go see them at 325 Malone Lane in Grayson, Kentucky, serving you since 1932.
Johnson to hold. Snap is down. Kick is away. It's a low line drive, and it's no good. 9:41 left here in the fourth. East Carter extends their lead to 20-0. We'll be back on Kool TV.
Not only is State Senator Robin Webb proud to support and congratulate our youth in all their endeavors in and out of the classroom, but your State Senator Robin Webb is also proud to support and work for all the adults in her district. Robin Webb strives to put forth the best for youth and adults alike. Whether it's in Frankfort or here at home in her district, know that Robin Webb puts you first in all of her decisions she makes. State Senator Robin Webb strives harder every day to make Kentucky a better place to work, live, and have fun.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Back out here at the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth, high atop Morehead State University here in downtown Morehead, Kentucky. Spencer Hutchinson, James Collier,
James Irwin,
Jeff Irwin, and we have a 20-0 game now. Jeff game's not over by any means, but for Wes Carter, you got to score and you got to score quick, and that's with your star running back kind of banged up a little bit. Not a very far back kickoff. This is a line drive kick fielded by the returner at his own 20.
They need to sign him up for baseball.
Man, they do a really good job of kind of shielding him in the middle of all those maroon helmets. You really can't tell where he's at, but he'll go across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
That was a hard line drive shot.
Yes, it was. So 1st and 10 West Carter. They'll start at their own 34-yard line in a must-score situation. The way that Dean is, his health and stuff, I think you're passing the ball most of the time here. I know Flannery's a really good backup running back, but when you're down 20-0 here midway through the fourth quarter, you got to think this will be a heavy dose of that air raid that's put a lot of points for West Carter up on the board these last two games. Hall in the gun. He's got Flannery lined up to his right and a receiver to his right, and now one of those receivers comes in motion. Snap is high and over the top of the head of Hall. It's still loose, and he's able to get back on it.
That's not the way you want to start out that drive, losing.
You lost, almost 15 yards.
Yeah, I think we're right at 13, so it'll be 2nd and 23.
So no fault of, you know what, I'll say it because I just will. And I know that both teams are playing on the same field. This is no fault of the center or the quarterbacks. The field's not good. It's nothing against Morehead State either. It's just taken on so much water these last 2 days. That, I'm surprised we haven't seen more snaps like that. We've seen a couple of East Carter snaps that were at the feet. You know, it's tough to snap out there right now.
I mean, with the humidity in the air too.
Yeah,
I mean, you can
it's just
dry
everything's slick.
Yeah, you can dry it off, but it's going to be wet again here,
Right.
or moist, and at least in the next play or two.
Snap goes to Hall. It's a jailbreak screen, and he's got a lot of room. It's caught at the 20, and he goes across the 25 to maybe the 30-yard line. Let's see if they're going to mark it right at the 30. He won't get back to the original line of scrimmage, but they'll pick up good yardage, 7 or 8 yards.
Third down, West Florida.
Pass was caught by number 17.
Is that back?
Or I don't.
Thompson.
Yeah, Kale back. Just a tight end screen there. Third and very long here for the Comets, trailing 20-0. With just under 8 minutes left here in the Battle of the Barrel, 54th annual. Of course, we will talk to Coach Daniel Barker and Tim Champlin following tonight's contest. Hall drops the throw, looking, throws across the middle. It's caught by a receiver at the 35, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll bring up 4th and 10.
Reception made by number 7,
Coy Maddox on the reception.
Yeah, those are really good passes to complete, but you're at that point now where it's desperation. You're going to have to throw this ball downfield. I mean, you're just going to have to take the risk, let the routes set up, and hope that the line holds up and step up in that pocket and make a throw. I mean, you're at that point right now if you're Wes Carter. Hall's in the gun. He's got Flannery in the backfield with him with trips out to his right and one to his left. East Carter's defense has been phenomenal tonight. Drops the throw, steps up in the pocket, rolling off to his right, throws out of bounds on 4th down.
That's one where if you don't have them, tuck it and go.
There's no way I'm throwing the ball out of bounds on 4th down. I'd force a pass before I did that, but it'll be a turnover on downs. East Carter will start at the Comet 35.
Guardian Roofing defensive stop there by the Raiders.
I don't think he knew it was 4th down. It was an instincts thing. That's a sign of a mature quarterback. Very, very mature thing to do, but sometimes you kind of lose track of what down it is, and in that case it was 4th down. But in his defense, East Carter had everybody blanketed in the secondary. There was nobody he was going to throw to. If he did, it was going to be incomplete or intercepted.
Yeah, he had Maddox right there, but that wouldn't have been nowhere near.
No.
It would have got it right back to the line of scrimmage.
Right. So expect a heavy dose of Landon Yoke here as Johnson's in the gun. Nope, he's dropping the throw. And he's going to throw one deep. He's got a man, and this one's underthrown. Well, it's hard to... Ron Fowl is so fast that you kind of forget where he's at on the field. East Carter was trying to go for a chunk play there on play number 1.
Well, and you got to think with the RPI as well, you've got to put some extra points up on the board.
Well, it's not a point system, so that works out good.
Pick up the victories.
Right, and, you go back, and East Carter hasn't lost a district game since 2022. Went undefeated in district last year, starting out probably, all indications look like they're going to start out 1-0 here.
Well, if you're going to win them all, you got to win the first one.
Yep, that's right. So Johnson's in the gun. Twin wideouts to his left with Landon Yoke in the backfield. This time, a handoff goes to Yoke. Tiptoeing, being very patient, got tripped up. Here comes a flag. This will be a hold on East Carter, most likely.
Yeah, as we can see that here on the Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay.
Well, interesting call here for Daniel Barker. You make it 2nd and 20, or do you make it 3rd and 10? They're going to back him up.
Yeah, it's like you about have to.
Penalty is holding on the offense. Replay 2nd down.
So it'll be 2nd and 19. If I'm correct, Jeff. Might as well say 20. Do you just hand the ball off here and milk the time, or are you throwing this ball downfield? In a rivalry game, it depends on how much I like the other coach, I think. Yeah, 20-0 is not a blowout by any means.
Quarterback keeper.
Yeah, I think the play just got blown up there. Oh, goodness. Yeah, you're going to get a first down here. I think it was inadvertent, but it just looked bad, and Coach Tim Champlin ain't happy.
And we can see that here on the Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay again.
This is going to be a 1st and 10 for
just a low snap. Quarterback comes in, and yeah, that was a suplex to the back.
They're going to wave it off? Interesting. And Coach Tim Champlin can't believe it.
Yes, I've seen some pretty good moves on WWE that was about that same.
Interesting. I don't understand why you throw the flag and then you wave it off. Did you see another view on the Jumbotron that's not here? I mean, if you threw the flag and you saw what you thought you saw, why would you? I just don't get it. I guess that's the good thing I'm not an official. 1st and 10, or excuse me, 3rd and very long. Johnson drops the throw, steps up in the pocket, and he's sacked. And it looks like Johnson is hurt. We'll take a break. We'll be back on Kool TV.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one topping pizza for only $10.99. Hand stretch, mouth watering, get that ooey gooey cheese. 8 extra large slices, hold it and fold it. It's an extra large, bigger is better, more for your money, New York style pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Get an extra large New York style one topping pizza for only $10.99. Papa John's.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
Back out here on Kool TV, Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth, and his quarterback for the East Carter Raiders, Quentin Johnson, is being helped off the field in an injury that does not look good. You don't want to speculate on anything, but an obvious pain of his, I believe, right leg, right knee area, Jeff, and interesting to see what Coach Tim Champlin does here. We've not yet been in a situation where East Carter needed to put a backup quarterback in. So of course, we'll talk to Coach Tim Champlin after the game and get his thoughts. And
Yeah, timeout Wes Carter.
Timeout Wes Carter. Coach Daniel Barker not happy about something. So we'll keep it right here. So interesting to see how East Carter approaches the rest of this game. It's well in hand right now, but your obvious concern is what's going on across the field there. On this 4th down, I think you just punt it. I think, it is what it is. You live with the result. You punt this ball away, and
it's either you're going to punt it or you're just going to run it and just, run the field. Go side to side,
Well, let's see here. They're not going to go back in punt formation. Backup quarterback in for the Raiders.
Is that number 3?
Is number 3, which is, if I can get my roster to work here. He's dropping to throw. He throws. He's got Ryland Fowl open, who fell down, and he dropped it. Pretty good looking ball there. That was number 3, which is, oh, good grief. Is it number 2 or number 3, Jeff?
It looks like a 3 out there.
So it's Thomas Burton, just a freshman, coming there. That's a good looking ball there.
Yeah, you can see this on the Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay. He came back for it and just about had it. Just slipped out of his hands right at the last minute.
So,
and that puts it in for a Guardian Roofing
3rd down stop for the Comets.
Yep. Guardian Roofing defensive stop there, so Wes Carter will take over on downs here.
Yep, they'll have it at their own 47-yard line in a must-score situation. 5:27 left.
5:24 is running it down just a little bit.
All will be in the backfield with Flannery, with 2 wideouts to his right and 1 to his left. Handoff goes to Flannery up the middle. Minimal gain. He'll maybe get a yard, and that's it.
That offensive set for there is meant for Dean.
It is.
When like I said, he just hits the accelerator and goes right on off to it.
And if you're Wes Carter here, you want to avoid the shutout at all cost. I'd like to get some points on the board here.
You see the trainer still maybe working with Dean on the sideline.
Yeah, 2 of the bigger stars in this game shaking up. And you talk about Johnson and Dean. So fakes the handoff. It's Hall. Throws to wide open Thompson, who drops it.
That was a must-have play for Wes Carter there.
We've seen several drops from the Comet Comet wide receivers tonight.
Because right now with 4:30 left to go in the game, I mean, you're playing for pride right now.
Yes, you are. So looking at the history of the barrel, the auto score was 9-2. That was back in 2001. Hall's in the gun. He's dropping the throw. Under pressure, throws, and this one's going to skip to his intended receiver, incomplete. And it'll bring up 4th down and 9. West Carter defeated East Carter 43-0 back in 2020. There's not very many shutouts, man. If you look down the line here, first 2 games of the series back in 73 and 74, East Carter won 36-0, 38-0. Back in 1985 and 86, West Carter won 16-0 and 12-0. But this is the 54 times they've played and less than a handful of shutouts in the series. So if you're West Carter, you got to try to score here at all costs. You got to think this might be their last chance to get any type of points. Hall's in the gun, drops to throw. You got to get a first down here. Throws. This is going to be incomplete. There'll be a turnover on downs for the Comets. Man, East Carter's defense has played phenomenal tonight. Very fundamentally sound, kept everything in front of them. And drops from Comet wide receivers have really hurt them tonight, Jeff.
Yeah, just not the Comets night here tonight, but definitely the Raiders night tonight.
Yeah, and moving forward, you know, is you hope that Johnson's all right over on the far side, and you hope Dean's all right here on the near side. Because although these teams are rivals, they're still part of the same school district.
Well, and soon to be one.
Yes, sir, they will be.
So your battle of your barrels.
Yep, you better win your games now against these two teams because you won't here in a couple of years or in a few years. Because when these two teams emerge, you want to talk about a sleeping giant, this will be a powerhouse. Handoff goes to Foul. Got good first down yardage of about 4 or 5. They'll get inside the Comet 45 to the 44. And imagine being a freshman quarterback coming into the game, biggest game of the year for either one of these teams. Say, hey, you don't have to go win us the game, just don't go lose us the game. And I think Coach Tim Champlin and his coaching staff are very good about integrating players into the game. They're not going to put him in a real difficult situation here. But they also know that he has a good arm because that first play came in, he tried to throw a go ball to Ryland Foul. So handoff goes to Ryland Foul, sweeping off the left side, tiptoes, breaks a tackle, gets close to that first down marker. He's going to be about a yard short to bring up 3rd and 1.
And as you said, the defender on the scoreboard ticking on down as we're about 3:15 left to play.
Yeah,
here.
West Carter's going to run out of time here. You know, the storyline of tonight, you know, you cannot stress enough how well the Raider defense played. And you just can't. I mean, they dominated this game.
Moving around some personnel now.
Yeah, Thomas Burton, just a freshman coming in here. Snaps low, picks it up, still gets the handoff to Yoke. Yoke breaks a tackle, has the first down to the Comet 35-yard line with 2:41 left.
That's another Papa John's first down. Don't forget the first Monday of the month is customer appreciation, $6.99 cheese or pepperoni pizza. And that's just right around the corner here.
Yes, it is. Clock rolling under 2:30 here.
Yeah, I think there's a Green Day song that's about ready to be played here. Wake Me Up When September Ends.
Yeah, maybe so. Of course, the next game for both of these teams will be in the month of October, Jeff.
That's true.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. Burton's in the gun in a split back set. Handoff goes to Ryland Fowl, sweeping off to his right. A good first down carry. So he'll get down inside the Comet 25 to the 24. And if the spot is correct, it'll be another Raider first down, brought to you by Papa John's of Grayson Flatwoods, locally owned and globally known. That's Papa John's. And I don't think Coach Daniel Barker is going to try to stop this clock. He's going to try to
with a
get
first
his
down
starters off the field healthy. Both teams have had players banged up, and they're still working on Johnson underneath the tent over there and across the way.
Yeah, shoulder pads are off.
I believe he's on crutches, Jeff.
That he is.
Split back set for Burton. Handoff goes to Foul, sweeping off his left. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, runs over a Comet. It'll be another first down for East Carter as we get to that 1 minute mark.
And also, don't forget, that is a Rourke Insurance Agency red zone now here for the Raiders.
And you kind of wonder, They got ice on, I believe, a bag of ice on the knee of Johnson across the way, taped on there. So, we'll talk to Coach Tim Champlin, see what he has to say about that. Or that's something that we will ask him. And
it's like victory formation now here for the Raiders.
Yeah, I think they'll take the knee here. They're get a false start first, because every flag in Brown County was thrown there.
The laundry is there.
Under center snap.
It'll be a false start against East Carter.
Let's go.
Back them up 5. It'll still be 1st and 10.
With clock running.
Yeah.
Which they don't have to run a play. It's a 40-second play clock. Yeah, there was 40 seconds on the board.
I think they'll run one more play and then we'll see handshakes. And the knee is taken. And both the East Carter sideline and fans begin to celebrate as both teams head back to their sideline. The 54th annual Battle of the Barrel belongs to East Carter. For the 3rd straight year, the Barrel will stay in Grayson. It's always a treat when both of these teams get together, Jeff, and we did get a final just now. Belfry has defeated McGoffin County 41-0. Figured it'd be something close to that. So, of course, West Carter will go on the road next week at Russell. East Carter will be back home against Bath County, who got a win over Lewis County tonight, 42-14. We'll take a break. We'll be back on Kool TV.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
Check out Dyer's Big Sandy in Grayson for great prices on home appliances like washers and dryers, ranges and dishwashers. See our giant selection of living room suites, bedroom suites, recliners, mattresses, and electronics, including TVs and speakers. Visit our showroom at 506 Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson. You'll find the best prices and the best selection for every room of your home. And Dyer's has all the top brands in bedding: Tempur-Pedic, Purple, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Beauty Rest. Dyer's Big Sandy, 506 Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Not only is State Senator Robin Webb proud to support and congratulate our youth in all their endeavors in and out of the classroom, but your State Senator Robin Webb is also proud to support and work for all the adults in her district. Robin Webb strives to put forth the best for youth and adults alike. Whether it's in Frankfort or here at home in her district, know that Robin Webb puts you first in all of her decisions she makes. State Senator Robin Webb strives harder every day to make Kentucky a better place to work, live, and have fun. When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Discover the convenience of Clark's Pump and Shop, your go-to local pit stop. Clark's proudly serves your neighborhood with new locations popping up just around the corner. Swing by today and indulge in a selection of your favorite snacks and drinks. We're committed to elevate your on-the-go taste experience. Clark's Pump and Shop is your premier destination for all things convenience and satisfaction. Stop by today at a Clark's Pump and Shop near you. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Back out here at the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth, as we do have a final. East Carter has defeated West Carter 20-0, Jeff, in a storyline. You know, you'll take away from this game would be straight dominance by the East Carter defense. Held a West Carter Comet team averaging 37 points a game to just nothing. I mean, they really couldn't get anything going. Now, a couple of times, West Carter went on a couple of drives that entered Raider territory down inside the 40, and it's almost like when you got your back against the wall, is when you really start ramping things up, and that's as close as the Comets got. Add in a couple of drop passes and some turnovers, and it was just not the night the Comets were looking for, Jeff.
Situation that came out, one of their first drives, getting pretty successful, just about into the red zone, and I think that was about the only time they were about in the red zone, is when they fumbled the ball, and that kind of set the tone for the night as we see the barrel there amongst the Raiders. Coach got the Gatorade or the ice bath on there.
Yeah, and the one thing that, you know, if you're West Carter, you can't let this define your season. You got to go to Russell next week, and a team that's getting better each week, and that's Russell. And they've kind of been the bully of the district until recent history. East Carter has really taken this district, as of now, and putting a death grip on it. And that's, you know, and you kind of wonder what the health is like for Mr. Johnson over on the far sideline. So a lot to kind of sort out here. The game got pushed back to Saturday, was originally scheduled Friday at 7:30 in Olive Hill, and there's just no way the game could have got played. There's just no way.
I mean, the weather was nice enough after, you know, right around game time, but yet you didn't want to take any chances with the way that wind was blowing and everything else.
Right.
Best for the safety, and then plus two, no electricity.
Right. It looks like Coach Daniel Barker is on his way up here to talk to us. Of course,
looks like he's trying to maybe giving out the game ball here before too long.
That's Coach Tim Champlin down there. Daniel Barker makes his way up the steps right now, and one thing that I think that, you know, outside eyes, you know, kind of like me, and I know these two schools are very, very heated rivals, but they share a lot of similarities, Jeff. Very tough schools, very tough kids. They are resilient. They are, you know, any attributes that you could think of, class acts, and both these coaches are the same way, Jeff.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You know, you can't meet two finer coaches than what we have here in Carter County.
You absolutely could not.
As looks like Johnson got the game ball, as we see him there about the center of your screen on crutches with that right knee iced up right now. As getting some photographs taken here. And it's one of these moments that, you know, this team's going to remember this. You know, these seniors, you know, it's their last year, you know, on the gridiron, wearing the Raider uniform. And there's just a little something extra out there when you come across and you say, hey, remember when we won that barrel back to back to back to back?
Yep, 3 straight years for the East Carter Raiders. And the barrel will stay in Grayson.
I'd almost like to see the referee right in the very middle, almost like a title belt. Just hold it up right in the middle and have a belt just ring right in the middle.
That's not a very good look, Jeff.
Well, you hold up the barrel, it's like this is what you're playing for. And
yeah, I guess. Maybe not in this game.
Maybe not.
Well, we thought Daniel Barker was going to come in here. Can you look behind me and see if he's on his way over here?
It's tough to tell. There's a long corridor, and of course, there's a door that you have to go out to get there. I know that Ashland Daily is.
He's talking to the Ashland Daily Independent. So I'll tell you what, we'll take a break. We'll be back on Kool TV.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Miller Insurance Agency began serving the insurance needs of Northeast Kentucky in 1967. Since then, the agency has prospered by providing valuable insurance protection to our community. As your independent insurance agent, we're not tied to one company. Rather, we compare different carriers, finding the best price. Call or stop by today to compare your coverages. Remember, your independent agent serves you first. Find us online at millerins.net or stop by Miller Insurance, 210 South Carroll Mall Boulevard in Grayson.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
I got kicked off campus, but they let me back on because my dad knew the dean.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that meaty, treaty, zesty, bestie, garlic sauce. Give me that dippy, doughy, melty topping, pepperoncini popping. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy, Papa John's. Give me that foldy, pepperoni, tantalizing. Give me that choco chippy, sticky, sweetie, hypnotizing. Give me that dippy, drippy, drummy, rippy, Papa wangin'. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy, Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some. Now I'm talking about, yeah.
Miller Insurance Agency began serving the insurance needs of Northeast Kentucky in 1967. Since then, the agency has prospered by providing valuable insurance protection to our community. As your independent insurance agent, we're not tied to one company. Rather, we compare different carriers, finding the best price. Call or stop by today to compare your coverages. Remember, your independent agent serves you first. Find us online at millerins.net or stop by Miller Insurance, 210 South Carroll Mall Boulevard in Grayson. Check out.
Back out here on the Joker Lawn Care broadcast booth, now joined by Coach Tim Champlin of the East Carter Raiders. Coach, you could talk a little bit about everything of the game, different aspects of the game. Talk about the performance of your defense.
Yeah, man, I thought our defense really bowed up big in some times and played really, really well for us. Come up with a interception there right before half to keep them out of the end zone, and had a fumble recovery. I said that I felt like turnovers would be a big key in this game, and we had 2 of them. So I really feel like that was two massive things. Right there before half, we don't get a chance to score off of it or do anything with it, but we keep them out of the end zone and get some momentum right there. We talk about the middle 8 a lot, and that last 4 minutes of the second quarter, first 4 minutes of the third quarter, and that's a big momentum swing period there. And so we were able to go score right before half, and then get the interception and keep them out, and then stop them there in to open up the second half.
When you go against a quarterback like Hall, as good as he is, and a backfield like Dean and Flannery, just multiple, those guys are just born winners.
Yeah.
It presented you guys more challenges than what you had seen maybe earlier in the season. How did you prepare this week for those guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why you play Tyson Sammons and you play Brett Holbrook. Those 2 guys definitely prepared us to be able to face this team here. They presented a lot of challenges to us and showed us some weaknesses, on defense that we need to fix. And I thought we did a good job with that on defense. I thought we held up strong, and were able to fix some things that we had wrong coming in. But we still got offensively. We missed a few opportunities to capitalize and score, and really kind of change the momentum of the game. And so those are missed opportunities. We got to do a better job of it. But the way our defense was playing tonight, we took that shot there late in the game when Quentin got hurt and Thomas came in. Probably should have punted, but felt like our defense was playing really, really well, and it was an opportunity to take a shot there.
I'm going to ask you this question. You know what's coming, and you're smiling already. What's the health like of Mr. Johnson?
I don't really know. I didn't get to talk to our trainer. He pulled him. He said, look, he's done tonight. There was only 5 minutes left. We're up 3 scores. So, he was just err on the side of caution with that. But I haven't really got to talk to our trainer yet and see what he thinks. I'm not going to speculate, but we'll get him checked out and see what happens.
Coach Tim Champlin, we'll let you get home. It's late already. I know you want to go home and lay in your bed because, you're about out of breath walking up about 10 steps up here. So, yeah, you've been coaching the whole game, but walking up the steps for this interview probably wore you out more than anything.
It did. It did. I appreciate you guys being here and covering our kids and covering Carter County, man. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to our fans and that kind of thing. So, again, appreciate you guys and what you all do. And as always, go Raiders.
We'll see you next week, Coach. Now here with head coach of the West Carter Comets, Daniel Barker. And Coach, you had opportunities there, just could not put a full drive together tonight.
No, I mean, it's just awful. When we don't turn the ball over, we do well offensively, and we have a couple turnovers. We don't execute in the red zone. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, credit East Carter. I mean, I think their guys up front were really disruptive, especially when they knew that we had to throw the ball. It's kind of a lot for us to deal with, and usually we're pretty good in pass pro. But I mean, there's not any other way to put it. It's disappointing. We should. I mean, there's teams that should maybe shut us completely down, 0 points. But I mean, I just feel like we should always be able to put something up on the board, and we didn't tonight. It's frustrating. I think I don't know if the lights are too bright for our guys or what tonight. It wasn't like an effort thing. It's never an effort thing. It's just we were out of sync all night and just didn't execute.
Well, you can't dwell on it long. You got another tough game next week. You're going to make the trip to Russell, a game that's highly anticipated by everybody in the area. How do you kind of get over this and move on and try to go win a game at Russell?
Well, we told the guys in the post game, you can, like we're all like we're none of us are like sad. We're just mad. I mean, we are.
You're mad at yourself.
We're mad at ourselves. We feel like we really just for whatever reason did not play well tonight. East Carter definitely outplayed us.
You'll have games like that.
Yeah, and you have that. So we talked about you can't let East Carter continue to beat you. So we've got a big game next week against Russell, really quality opponent, quality coaching. So we're going to put our best foot forward this week and try to finish strong. The way we look at it, still have an opportunity, to compete for a high seed in the district home playoff game.
This is not over yet.
I mean, you never know.
You go win at Russell and Russell beats East Carter, then
Yeah, I mean, then you're looking, at tiebreakers and all kinds of things. So that's kind of where our focus is. But we have to be more consistent. And I thought we were starting to get over that, and we haven't. And their kids are trying the best they can. So you can't, nobody's mad at them or anything.
Right.
I mean, our kids' effort's great. we're just struggling in being consistent offensively.
It was kind of a
and
weird week,
defensively.
though, because you were anticipating a home game,
Yeah.
and you moved it to Moorhead on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's just a weird week, man.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know,
You hate to. It's not an excuse. That's just a fact.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, there's a lot of our kids out power and everything. You just never know what these kids are dealing with. So yeah, I mean, it was a weird week, but it was a weird week for everybody. There's still kids at Grayson. There's kids on their team. Maybe not as many. Because I think the power outage is worse in Olive Hill. But they're going through a lot of the same things that our kids are. So it was a weird week, but we just got to pick ourselves up, and one game can't define your season.
No, okay. I've got a tough question for you coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe it might be easy for you.
Mm-hmm.
What's the health like of Mr. Dean? We noticed he had a lower, maybe a sprained ankle, something in that area.
I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay. I think he took a helmet or something.
So maybe just a contusion.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
All righty. Well, Coach Daniel Barker, the West Carter Comets coach, we will talk to you in a couple weeks.
All right. Thanks. Go Comets.
We'll be back on Kool TV.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one topping pizza for only $10.99. Hand stretch, mouth watering, get that ooey gooey cheese. 8 extra large slices, hold it and fold it. It's an extra large, bigger is better, more for your money New York style pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Get an extra large New York style one topping pizza for only $10.99. Papa John's.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Once again, for the final time, East Carter has defeated West Carter in the 54th Battle of the Barrel 20-0. Of course, I want to thank Jeff Irwin and his wife Rachel Irwin. For Spencer Hutchison, this has been a presentation of Kool TV.
Thank you for watching another East Carter Raiders football broadcast live on Kool TV. This broadcast of East Carter Raiders football has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Kool Sports Network and Kool TV.